Oh my god, we're back. Sorry, I had to get the freaking TikTok thing sorted out, but I think I have it now. I think we're set to go. Are you guys ready for a dangerous path? I just, I was gonna lie to you and say that I 100% didn't finish this 5 minutes ago. Well, no, it's closer to 30 minutes ago. Okay, you know what? I'll give myself a little bit of credit. But welcome everybody. We should be both on YouTube and TikTok this time. I hope, but I guess we're gonna find out. If you are on TikTok, I love you so much. I don't know if I can see you. I'm gonna try and put you on my phone here. Whoa. I'm gonna try to have the comments on the side. Not a clue in the world if I can actually figure out how to do that. But, oh my god. First and foremost, Twisted Bush 2 sent five whole Hold on. No, wrong face. Twisted said, "Hey Blixstar, stop that. I love that. Hey Blixstar, did you see the fan art I made of you? Also, I'm going to go see the new Demon Slayer movie today. Is it the one from Discord? Man, first of all, I'm getting so out of track already. But first of all, Twisted, thank you so much. Hold on. We need a special soundboard for you. I'm sorry. Okay, this is your special soundboard. Oh, no, I didn't. Here, different one. That's even better. Hold on, let's go back with our normal eyes. But dude, thank you so much. I saw it on DeviantArt, not DeviantArt. Hello, how old am I? Discord. Oh my god. But oh my god, I hope the movie's good. But until then, we can talk about warrior cats till our face turns blue. TikTok, I'm trying to find you guys. I swear to God, I am. Let's see if I can. Hello? Oh, I think I see it. Hello. Hold on, everybody. Oh, I've found TikTok. You sweetie pies. Okay, you're on the side. There we are. There we are. Okay, let's open this up. Okay, hello. Oh my god, TikTok. Hello, cuties. I'm so ready to talk about Dangerous Path. Also, Sunny said, "Oh my goodness, Blix, I love your new sprite. It's extraordinarily you." Sunny, I sob with happy. Look at it. We have sad, we have sassy, and we have the normal just but this is just sometimes you're just a little sad. Oh. But there is a little bit of this in the book. So I gotta say, we will be getting to that. The end of the okay, no, didn't focus. Okay, so spoilers for this entire book. Actually, let's have a sip of our drink. So, as per usual, this is going to be spoiling the whole book. So if you haven't read A Dangerous Path, what is this? Book 5, Arc 1. There's going to be spoilers. I try my best, and my best is not very good, to not spoil future books, but I have a tendency to get off track. So I apologize if it does get a little bit into the future, but let's talk about The Dangerous Path. Now, I kind of forgot that this was the book that the cats, or hello, they're all cats, the dogs come in, and like which is stupid because I mean, that's the whole thing. Also, I was thinking about The Dangerous Path. Is the path, okay, we'll get to it, I guess, when we get to it, but is the path, hey, why is this on TikTok? It is, it's underneath everything. Alex did, "Hey Blixstar," guys, I'm kind of loving that. What the, "Hey Blixstar, this is all I can send dude, no, I have a budget and I can't get, no, dude, Alex, you just being here is perfect. First of all, we saw, but Alex, this is your message from the soundboard. The soundboard is saying to you, two wows. Okay, no, it likes wow today. Let's do one more. That is perfect. That is so perfect for you. That's the sound my heart makes when I see your name. Oh, buddy, but thank you. No, you just being here is so perfect. Oh, but sorry, the dangerous path for this is that's the whole rabbit thing, right? Because I was like racking my brain. I'm like, but I guess it could be for multiple things. I've written that later in the thing, so I guess we need to not be jumping ahead of ourselves. Scotty from TikTok says, "I've been watching you since 3rd grade. Also, something blue just popped up on TikTok. Crimson W sent a galaxy." Well, Crimson, thank you. Oh my, I think that's what happened. It's hard to tell on my phone. Okay, so the dogs come in, and the whole pack kill thing, I thought that was like, it is littered throughout this book, and I thought it was more toward the end, but I was like, oh, I love how they set it up. And a couple times in this book, okay, I'm now locking in, a couple times in this book, they have such good setup and payoff. I think, and maybe it's just me noticing it now, but it seems like a better payoff than we've had in the past for a couple different things, and we'll get to it when we get down to that point. How is Rizstar doing? If I'm being called Rizstar right now, I think I might have peaked. I think I've just hit the best phase of my life. That is an actual incredible thing that I've just read. What part are we at, says Cider? We're literally just starting. I have not even passed page 1, so we're very much at the beginning. Okay. Rainbows on TikTok and YouTube. Surprise. You can't get rid of me, baby. Okay. So can I start angry? Can I start so frustrated? The very first thing is on page 6. So the end of the last book, Tiger Claw, in his showmanship theater kid glory, jumps up onto the high rock and he says, "Surprise, idiots! I'm back and I'm fabulous." And he's now the leader of ShadowClan. Props to him. Not props to him, but I mean, give the man credit where it's due. That was quite the reveal. So everybody's like, "Oh my god!" And then we had a book, and now we're back, and it's the very first thing that we see when it begins is our handy dandy Tigerstar, new and improved, limited edition ShadowClan leader. And then we instantly get into "I'm going to scream," because everybody's like, so they're like whispering very loudly, may I add, like to each other. The ThunderClan cats are. They're like looking at each other and like, "Oh my god, he's the leader. Oh my god." And Cloudpaw is all mad. Everybody's mad. And then they're like, "Oh, he can't be leader. He's not he's done all these terrible things. He's avoided paying his taxes. He once kicked a grandma across the street. He's the worst. He's stinky. The baddest thing I've ever seen." And then Fireheart goes, "Yeah, but the other clans don't know that." It's like, bro, do you know why they don't know that, Fireheart? Let me tell you why they don't know. Because you refuse to say anything ever, and you keep all of your secrets to yourself. And secrets are no fun with your friends, because that's what happened. When you keep secrets from your loved ones, Tigerstar becomes a thing. So remember that next time you're trying to keep a secret that you're not supposed to. It's just common, I don't know, common consequences, I guess. Okay, let's see. The other thing, too, I had another complaint. Okay, so this is me instantly spoiling other books. Okay, but, so I won't say anything too specific, but do we see, like, so the dogs are talking so, like, I don't know. I feel like, should we understand them or should we not? I get the whole pack kill thing. But, like, I just don't understand what kind of, like, is there a universal language? Mr. Boldea says Tigerstar's a baddie. Not gonna lie, there's a couple times in this book where I'm like, okay, I kind of love Tigerstar. I kind of like have big feelings about him. But I've lost my train of thought. Oh, because the only other animal that we see or hear talking is from the second arc. I don't want to say more because I don't want to spoil anything too much, but it is like a major plot point. It is not a cat that speaks. It's something else. Moon says pack. Backflip. I think what I did see, Erin Hunter tweeted herself. She said that was the first copy of the book, but they didn't think that it would land with the test audiences over in I don't know. I can't think of a place in Canada because that's where I am. So they're like, we better change that up. They're implying for sure that dogs are not as smart as cats to gauge. Honest to God, and that was because they not only do they speak in such like just like one word things, but like don't they have a whole series about dogs that talk? And I guess that it's a different thing entirely, but also like and the dogs they know enough that they call humans man. Actually, in fact, they call them the man, which made me laugh. There was one specific point where it's like, "I have to work for the man," and he's all mad. I'm like, dude, man, do I feel you, dude? Man, aren't we all just dogs being left in the forest by the man trying to munch on Swiftpaw? I don't know where the exact quote is, but take my word for it. Okay, but yeah, so back to the whole gathering. I'm so mad at Fireheart. There's so many times, and why in this book specific? Alex says the budget is looking more like a suggestion. Alex, no. Alex, you just being here. You just hang out, buddy. Don't feel obligated for anything. We're just here to vibe, buddy. Here. But let me send you a special soundboard. This is for you, my sweet Alex.
Okay.
No. Retry.
Okay.
Stop, soundboard. I swear to God, if you give me a third, okay, I'm gonna stream. Okay, well, alright. So you get a bond. Okay. So, Alex, everybody say, Alex, what's your favorite emoji? Let's send those for Alex. A writer, maybe a pen. Is there a pen or a pencil emoji? I would love that. Anna says, "I used to watch you when I was a kid, and you still, I can't believe you still exist." Honest to God, me either. Who knew I would make it this far? And here I am. I've done it, boys. We've passed the prime age of 13. They didn't say it was possible. Honestly, the way the dogs talk in the book is fitting, says Crimmy. That is true. Like, it does. This book kind of has a horror vibe in it. The other ones did. No, not really. Like, the horror vibe of, like, Tigerstar, Tiger Claw, I suppose, at the point. Like, always lurking in the forest and kind of being, like, you know, that presence that's always there but never actually, like, until it does. But this one has such, like, a horror movie vibe, and I kind of love it. For certain parts, certain points, dear lord. But yeah, I'm so mad at Fireheart. This whole book, man, is seriously explaining away everything Tigerclaw does. In the first books, in the very first, like, a couple books in this arc, my man, Tigerstar starts breathing wrong, and he's like, oh my god, he's breathing in Morse code. Each breath and blink he makes is a message to somebody else to kill me. We better be on high alert. He winked, he got that wind in his eye, but that's actually just a signal for, let's eat the entire ThunderClan. But this one, he's actively standing in front of them being like, "Mohaha, I'm gonna kill you guys." And he's like, well, you know, maybe he's just having a bad day. It's really hard to say. Moon says, yeah, spoilers, that part established. Oh, yeah. In Arc 2, established the different animals have different levels of intelligence and put foxes on a lower ring. They're not far removed from dogs, which is so goofy. Because it's like, wouldn't it have been much, I mean, I'm giving them maybe a lot of, I mean, I guess they can't flesh out too much because they gotta focus on the cast. But wouldn't it have been better if it was just, everybody was just like, well, because I think they say that the spoiler that we're talking about, maybe I should move on from this so we're not doing spoilers, speaks in broken cat, like she is, or they are speaking in cat, but it's just like, it's not their like first language. I'm not sure, but in any case, I thought that was, I'm like, okay, well, very interesting, but in any case. Okay, so page 11, let's go on to page, where are we? Scooching forward. Page 11, where are you, baby? Probably after 12, before 12, I mean, that was my problem. Okay, 11. Okay, can I just say, when we have first Tigerstar coming in as ShadowClan leader, when I say I love Tigerstar, this is the Tigerstar that I'm loving. This is the Tigerstar that I'm sobbing for, because he is so cool. Not cool, well, maybe he's got sunglasses on, but he's like more just so calculated and so good at talking, and he's just like collected and like not just being like mwahaha, because like he's saying, so Bluestar, I think, hold on, let me just double check where I've got this quoted. Where are we? Okay, so like he's basically, I don't think it's at this part in the point, but when Bluestar starts saying WindClan is stealing ThunderClan food, like we think that it's you guys, there's all this prey around and like you guys suck. And then Tallstar says, hey, we see prey on our side, and actually we think it's you who's doing it. And then Tigerstar is like, actually no, you know what, that makes more sense that it would be ThunderClan. And just like the way he like so subtly but not subtly at all is stirring the pot, I'm like, yes bro, I would read this one just for fun. And you can tell because my copy is disgusting, says Moon. This one actually, I'm not gonna lie to you, especially freaking Fire and Ice, there was a couple where I felt my eyes glazing over and I'm like, I want to be reading this to be done it, not to be disrespectful, but that sucked. But this one got like hooked my attention the whole time, even at 20 minutes before the stream. But I love Tigerclaw, and there was a couple. Okay, I want to talk about Tigerclaw, but it's like farther in, but I'll say it briefly now. But man, do I wish they would have gone farther in with Tigerclaw, because they have a glimpse of it. I'm like, dude, I don't know what they could have done with this. I'm not a writer. We'll have to ask Sunny, because Sunny is the GOAT when it comes to putting pieces together for a story. But like Tigerclaw goes in and Tigerstar, sorry, and he meets with Kit, I think at this point, Tawnykit and Bramblekit, so many names, Darktail, Dustpelt, Darkstripe, oh my god, I don't know anybody, holy, there's so many pieces. Darkstripe takes the kits to see Tigerclaw, and they're like, Tigerstar, Jesus, but they're talking to each other, and Tigerstar has this brief moment of like not having any like he's not trying to sow seeds, he's not trying to be, like he's just being like, hey, little guys, how are you? You are my kids. I'm proud of you guys. I hope you're doing well. Be strong, work hard, and I'll be proud of you. And it was just like the moment I was just like, that is like, but it felt so real. And I'm like, oh, and we'll get to it when we get to it. Like I have the quote, but I just loved it. I was like, I wish we would have seen more of this Tigerstar, but we didn't really see too much of that. But I did like the little glimpse that we got of it. Page 11, I don't know what quote I have saved here. Oh, because, you know what? It's because so Tigerstar has brought in the rogues from Broken Star's lead, like the rogues that kind of threw out WindClan. And Tallstar's mad. He's like, I don't love this, which makes total sense. And so Tigerstar's like, you know what? He says, Tallstar, you're right to hate Broken Star. He did do great harm to your clan, but let me remind you, it was not my decision to take him into ThunderClan. So he's like, seeing like, I don't know, it feels so leaderly that he's like, okay, I see why you're upset. I'm doing this. I feel like I'm like explaining something that doesn't need to be explained. But anyways, I just like the way he holds himself as the beginning leader. And it just shows he would have been such a good leader if he wasn't just stinky and the worst and wanted to, I don't know, give kids swirlies, I guess. Darkstripe shouldn't be trusted, period. You know what, Moon is so right. He really shouldn't be. And not only that, but they give so much leeway to Darkstripe. They're like, oh yeah, he's like, I guess he's Tigerstar's bestie, but I guess whatever. But then Longtail looks like even slightly off to the side, and they're like, he's planning our entire destruction. Kill him dead before he kills us. And it just feels like a lot. And I'm like, bro, you're looking in the wrong direction here, King. Blixemi, my childhood. Here I am, TikTok, here to jump scare you once again. Oops, wrong face. You can't get rid of me, baby. Here I am. Whoa, surprise. Moon, I don't feel like being sassy to Sunnyfall today. I feel like flirting with her in public. Oh my god, me and my friends 24/7. Sunny says, oh, there was some I want to read. Oh, so true. Okay, sorry, kind of hopping backwards to the whole Tigerstar meeting his children. Sunny says, I really like we see that moment from Fireheart's perspective as well, because he's so inclined to see further manipulation or trying to steal his kits for battle plans. So true. But he has this moment of like, well, mind you, he's explaining away a lot of Tigerstar throughout this whole book. I'm like, bro, okay, dude, chill out. Like, just smooch him and be done with it. It's fine. But he's constantly explaining away, and even he has a moment of like, oh, like, those are his kits. Like, he's like, and he thinks of Greystripe at one point. He's like, you know, Greystripe was really torn when his kits, you know, were so far away, and Tigerstar is having the same feeling. And he has that moment of empathy because it's so human. And it's like, I wish we would have seen more of that. Page 14, I'm mad again. I've got exclamation points and underlines. Jaden, what's wrong? What is wrong? What's wrong, girl? We can talk about this, buddy. Okay, 14. Why am I mad? Oh, let's see. Okay, so I guess, so it's essentially, yeah, just them moping around again that, Fireheart has so many opportunities to be like, hey, Tigerclaw probably isn't great, or he has like done something, but he never takes it. He never takes it. There's a moment down the line, well, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I gotta keep in order here. I'm all over the place today. I do apologize. Zach says, talking about the warrior cats, this is incredible. Heck yeah, baby. That's not the face I wanted. That is, oh, what did I want? I don't know. This is what I wanted. Everything is happening. My brain can't work this fast. Okay, so let's keep going. Because I'm all over the place. Okay, so I have page 18. Why am I'm laughing at something? I wrote this yesterday, so I don't know why I can't remember any of it. But apparently Fireheart has delivered something. Okay, yeah. This is so funny, actually. So Fireheart comes back from the gathering. Bluestar isn't there because she's inhaled so much smoke and she's like not feeling well, which, I mean, so understandable. And so she stays home, and Fireheart is standing in Bluestar's place, and he's the one who sees that Tigerstar has become leader. So he comes back to camp and he's about to tell everybody the news. And this man seriously like becomes a high schooler on Twitter, because I don't think he could have delivered this in a more sassy way if he tried, and I love it. I love it so much. I'm like, Fireheart, do you need to talk? Do you need to have a little hug? We can go for like a coffee and talk if you need it, because you seem a little stressed. Because listen to this. Okay, so they're just coming into the camp. Brackenfur is watching. Brackenfur sprang to his paws as Fireheart and the others appeared, only to relax a moment later. "It's you," he meowed, relief in his voice. "We've been expecting Tigerclaw all night." And this is what Sassy Man Fireheart replies. "Well, you can stop worrying," Fireheart meowed. "He's too busy to worry about us. Tigerstar is the new leader of ShadowClan." Like, just, I don't know why that tickled my funny bone just quite the way it did, but I'm just like, my god, that is so good. It's writing the call-out post, including he would though, because you know what? Moon is so right. He is so passive aggressive for everything, but never actually. He is that mean girl who will say, "Oh my god, I love your shirt," and then turn around and post about it. Because he has so many opportunities to air his grievances, but does he? Never once does he. But Sunny says, but for him to not act when Tigerstar is the known leader of ShadowClan and an active threat, they'd have to give him constant distractions. Okay, I think I've missed the top part. Yep, they've hit a problem with this book because Fireheart has been established, that's so true, as an active protagonist who doesn't even need to wait for help or approval before he acts and thinks what's right. And you know what? Sorry, Sunny, I'm kind of like butchering what you're saying here. But two, later in this book, two different cats from two different clans make a point of saying, "I wouldn't do this for anybody but you, Fireheart," is what one Whisker, my god. One Whisker is like, "You know what? This is not something that should be done, but because it's you, Fireheart, I trust you. I know you're going to do the right thing. You are a good guy. I believe you." And so then he lets Fireheart go talk to Tallstar. And then later in the book, Mistyfoot, Fireheart reveals that Bluestar is Mistyfoot and Stonefur's mom. And Fireheart's like, "No, like, you can't, like, that's your mom." And Stonefur's like, "Shut up, no, she's not." But then Mistyfoot's like, "No, you have to, like, he doesn't lie. It's Fireheart, like, he does not lie." So he has two different strong members in two different clans who will vouch for him and will, like, talk and be like, "No, like, he's proven to every single clan that he's a good guy. He fed River Clan, he saved Wind Clan, he saved Shadow Clan, he like got like the whole, well, he didn't, I guess, by himself, but like he's like, Sunny's right. He's shown over and over how much of like he's done so much good, but then they're just like, and then Fireheart's like, "Well, if I say something, they might not believe me. I better not." It's like, Fire, who are you? Stop. You're so dumb. You're so dumb. No, he's not dumb. He's just dumb. Okay. Okay. I love also in this book, so I'm getting really into it. Also Casper, I do. Hello, Casper. Sorry, no, I'm not butchering Sunny. No, Sunny, I would die before I butcher you. I love this commentary. Moon and Sunny, if you guys are still there, sometime if you guys want to, at the end of an arc, would you want to come hang out and chat about the books on stream? That would be so fun. If you guys ever want to, don't feel like you have to. I'm putting that in public. We can talk about it in private. Anyways, so I love the subtle things in this book so many times. I think there's specifically Dustpelt, I think Brindleface, and I think there was one more that I can't remember, but I know in the last book it was Mousefur and Frostfur. They have these little they have these little moments with Fireheart where they show that they respect him without, oh my god, I'm gonna scream, throw up, and cry and pee everybody's pants. Oh yes, dude, we'll talk about that. I would love that. Oh my god, I would love to discuss cat books. Oh, we could do the whole arc if you. I know. Okay, focus. Okay, well, I'll DM you guys. Mwah. Kisses. Oh my god, I love my friends so much. I would kiss them right on the cheek if they would let me. Okay, focus. Oh my god, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So these subtle moments in the clan where Fireheart's clanmates come forward and they do these little things to show like how much they care for him, because in the earlier books so many times there's these like little subtle jabs where they either call him a kitty pet or like are just like saying, "Oh, you'll never be little bats, blah blah blah." But there's this in last book, Frostfur like checked in on him and I think either bring him prey or like did something for, I can't remember, it was at least a week ago, and she had this little Mousefur stood up for him with leopard fur. And then in this book, Dustpelt, so everybody comes back to camp, the camp's in ruin, everybody's exhausted, they've just come back from the gathering, and everybody's like, "I just want to sleep." And then And then when that happens, Fireheart's like, okay, well, we need a patrol. And like everybody's like, oh my God, I don't want to. But then like Fireheart has this moment of like, oh my God, nobody should have to do this. Like it sucks. And then, but Dustpelt goes, you know what, I'll go. And it was just like this moment of like quiet respect here. I'll find, I've tagged the page here and everything. We're on page 19. I'm moving at a snail's pace here today, babes. Page 19. Okay. Okay, here we are. Let's see. Okay, Whitestorm will tell you what happened at the gathering he went on. That's Fireheart. And I want a dawn patrol. He hesitated, looking around the assembled cats. All the warriors were tired. Those who hadn't been to the gathering had stayed awake to guard the camp. So he's like, oh God, what am I going to do? And then before Fireheart could decide who to send, Dustpelt spoke up. Ashpaw and I will go. Fireheart dipped his head gratefully, but maybe gracefully, who knows. The brown warrior had never been friendly towards him, but he was a loyal cat to ThunderClan, and he seemed to accept Fireheart's authority as deputy. And it was just like, there was this, I don't know, there was just a couple moments, and same with Brindle, oh God, Brindle face, yes? I'm saying face funny, but I actually think it is Brindle face. I don't know why. I loved Brindleface. I think I didn't appreciate her enough as a kid because I had a moment of like, who's Brindleface? And I think I just have my information retention. I don't know what it is. Anyways, I'm not very good at holding information and keeping it. And the other thing is here, can I have a super big confession here? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm reading these books and I'm like, wow, when I'm making my own content, do I ever just say, screw canon, I'm doing my own thing. I'm making my own stuff up. Because two things. One, spoiler alert, I wrote a Fireheart and Sandstorm song, maybe. Totally not at all canon with the book. The vibes of the song do not match anything from this. And I'm like, what did I, like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what it was. But in rereading this again, and mind you, I've reread these books many times, like probably within the last at least 3 years, I've reread these books before. But like, I don't know, in my head, I get these versions of the characters when I go back and I'm like, nope, that's actually not it at all. Which I'm fine with because I mean, the fandom is so based on your own it's so based on your own interpretations. But then additionally, I was reading this and I was thinking about that Goldenflower song that I had written about the whole thing with her and Tiger Claw. I don't think they ever interact, not even once. And I'm like, where did I pull that from? But in my head, I'm like, I specifically remember this, and maybe I'm just like putting stuff in there that isn't. And in any case, I'm totally fine with it. I truly don't care, but I just think it's funny. I'm like, I apparently just say, yeah, screw canon. So please don't mind that when you listen to the songs that I'm just apparently hallucinating things. Blixemi has rewritten Fire Sand, and that's fine. Moon, that is the nicest thing anybody's ever sent to me in my whole entire life, because man, am I so PO'd at Fire throughout this whole book with this thing with Sandstorm. I have big thoughts with an exclamation point highlighted in yellow and green, where it's highlighting and all that. That's gonna mess up your yellow highlighter though. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Sorry. Sunny, I love your songs very deeply, but I also have seen them as fan, and honest to God, that's the way to do it because it is so based in my own reality. But I do like to explore themes with them. And I think these characters in this book or in the series just have so many, like, it's not even the characters, like I love the characters, but I love the themes that can be with them. So like the big theme that I really like have noticed, at least in these books so far, has been like children, parent and children, like relationships and stuff like that. And like I would love to do something with that, but like, you know, and same with like Holly, well, okay, no, I'm spoiling future things, but you know what I mean? I like what they could be. You know what I mean? Not necessarily what they specifically are. Also, hello TikTok. I can still see you on this side, but you're in such small font. But TikTok, we send, hold on, I send, I don't, dang it. Hold on, I guess this is here. That's for TikTok. I wanted to add a different sound, but I've forgotten it. Moon says, "Hey, don't Goldenflower never even lets her feelings on Tigerstar be known." Like that is so. Says Moon. Pretend that was a sentence, dude. No, I got you. So yeah, Goldenflower never. I don't think she doesn't really talk about him, but actually, you know what? Hold on, I'm now justifying it. Moon, you've convinced me because like maybe because so many times in this book was I like W Goldenflower throughout this whole thing because Winnie says I love your art style. Winnie, dude, thank you. That's so nice. My little cartoony guy. But so many times in this book, Goldenflower, I'm like, she does certain things where I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that, but also I totally get where you're coming from. So it's like, I don't know, but she is so quietly maternally strong in this, and I love it. I love it. She stands for her little guys, and she like isn't a big strong like I'll fight you if you look at my kids wrong, I'm gonna punch you in the head, or like I'm just her like strong independent woman. Like she is, but like just the way she does it with just this quiet authority of like those are my kids, and you if you have a problem with it, you have a problem with me and we're gonna talk about that, and that's not fine. But she's not gonna like punch you. She's gonna like at one point she essentially smacks Fireheart across the face for being a turd. No, it doesn't actually. She just swipes her tail across his face. But I'm like, yes, Goldenflower. Dude, yes. And like, you know, she when I remember thinking back and in the rap with Sasha and Goldenflower, I was like, I made a point where I wanted Sasha to say something, Sasha, whatever it is, to make a point of her being like, you never even told your kids who your dad is, what kind of mom does that? Like, I'll tell my kids, I'm not afraid to do it. But like looking back at it, I'm like, but you know what? Goldenflower kind of has a point, because like, yes, it's one thing coming from your mom, but like when there's little guys, when a little kid is told something from a figure of authority, like a teacher or something, compared to their parents, they take it in such a different way, because you know, when it's your parents, also Alex's POV, my wallet, and budget are crying as I buy another super chat. Alex, please, it is so kind of you, buddy, but I don't want you to go without, please. But here, have a soundboard, my good friend here. No, that's your poor wallet. No, hold on, we get to do a different one. No, stop, soundboard. Okay, there we go. There we are, buddy. Truly, I do thank you. But, you know, you being here is perfect too. So don't even worry, buddy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, we got to send more pens for Alex. Please, I'm begging. I lost my train of thought as I had it, but that is pretty par for the course. Oh yeah, so I was like, oh yeah, so like when a kid hears something from like, say, like, I can't even think of an example, but it just hits different. And I kind of see where Goldenflower's coming with that, because like, if it's coming from your mom, you kind of like, yeah, whatever, mom. But so it's kind of like, okay. And it's coming from Fireheart, but then additionally, on top of that, not only is it going to be different coming from the deputy, but I also think she was subtly being like, listen to how they react when you tell them. Look at their faces, their innocent little faces, being shocked and like disturbed at the fact that their dad's like this, and see that they're not him and they have like no idea. Like, I think it was for both Tawnykit, I think Tawnykit and Bramblekit at the point. If I say Paw and Kit, just interchange them. And Fireheart, it was she did it for both of them, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I appreciated that enough when I was a kid. Yeah, okay. Goldenflower has so much respect for everyone, says Kate, and it's hurt me so much to not see more Tigerstar and Goldenflower. You know, Kate, I'm with you on that. I'm so with you. And especially in those quiet, subtle moments with Tigerstar and his kits, when he's like, come to ShadowClan. Like, especially when the dogs were a thing, and like he tried to get his kids, I know I'm kind of jumping the gun quite a bit, but he's trying to get his kits back to ShadowClan so they don't get hurt by dogs. Like, I don't know, like, I guess maybe him and Goldenflower weren't super close because he didn't care, or like what, but wouldn't it have been nice to just see like a subtle moment? Because like, I don't know, of all the like I love the queens in this book, and I've realized that the queens and the elders are so much more important to me in this round than they have ever been. I have always ignored them, and in this round I'm like, they're I love these guys so much. And I want to make a point of like noticing the background characters a little bit more, but like, man, I feel like Goldenflower's, no, I don't want to say sassy, but she has a different kind of like bite to her that the other queens I haven't seen as much, just because we probably have more interaction with her. But like the other queens are so like loving, and both Frostfur and Brindleface take time to be like, hey, Fireheart, you're like overworking yourself. They Brindleface later in the book like licks him on the ear and being like, you're overworking yourself, and just like so motherly. But then Goldenflower's just kind of like she just treats him like, yeah, you're another dude. Like, you know, I appreciate you. I see you as equal. Still loving, not saying that those guys aren't. It's just like a different way to show they care. And I don't know. I feel like she's just a good match for Tiger Clyde. Just like, heck yeah. Sorry, I'm getting behind myself. I take a sip of my drink. Okay. Sunny Falcon, put a pin. I don't know why I'm calling you Sunny. I feel like I'm using your full legal government name when I say Sunny Falcon. Sunny. Put a pin, because I have so many thoughts on Birchfall when we come to it, but I'm like trying to dance on this line of not, I know that everybody's read them, but Oh, Moon, interesting, says, I don't see Goldenflower as a good parent because we never see her outside the context of what she is or isn't teaching her kids about Tigerstar. I, you know, fair. Like, I don't think we don't see her in a lot of, I guess the only time we really ever see her. The one thing though, she does have a moment where I was like, she basically does the whole, in Bambi when what's a Thumper? When his mom's like, hey, he's like, if you have nothing nice to say, and Thumper goes, and don't say nothing at all. Goldenflower literally does that because oh my god, there's so many damn names. Bramblekit is fighting with Snowkit, and they're like tussling around, and Snowkit starts like whining, being like, help, ouch, ouch. And Fireheart jumps in, he's like, stop that, Tigerclaw. I meant Tigerclaw. I meant shoot. I truly meant Tigerclaw. I meant Bramblekit. That's Fireheart saying that. And he's like, stop that. And he like jumps in. And then Goldenflower's like, hey, like, what do we talk about? If somebody starts whining, you let go. And I just thought that was sweet. But okay, let's see. Okay, I've got distracted. Oh, oh my god, we're only on page 21 and it's been 30 minutes. That's so funny. That's fine. I live to talk about these cats, so I hope you guys are all here for the same. Also, TikTok, I do smooches at you. Sorry, let me see what you guys are saying over here. I'm reading Fire and Ice, says Sweeter Friend. I'm so sorry for your loss. I hate Fire and Ice so much. I truly, truly cannot express how much I hate that book. What do you think Swiftpaw's warrior name would be? Oh, that's a whole nother discussion as well, Swiftpaw. And that was from just sleepy emojis. Swiftpaw, knowing Bluestar would probably be like Swift. They just note how fast he is, so probably like Swiftfoot. Swift Step would be good. I'm a big fan of double letters, like Swift Step or like Fire Fart, like just W or not W, just like double letters. But I don't know. I would say Swift. It wouldn't be anything cool, or no, or like Swifttail maybe for Longtail. I'm not sure. It would be something very underwhelming though. I will give you that. Okay. Let's see. So Cinderpelt missing Yellowfang on page 21. So, oh god, this broke my cold little heart. Let's see, flipping to it. Oh, Moon is freaking cooking here. Any first art queen would be a great novella subject, to be honest, especially Goldenflower. Oh, I agree. They would never though, because they can't recycle anything and would have to write them doing new stuff, which is, I got so many thoughts. I haven't read the new, whatever the super edition is, but man, like, and I heard it's really good. Sorry, we're kind of going off. I heard it's really good, but I truly don't think I can express how much, I don't know, like, maybe I shouldn't say it, because I actually don't know much about it, but like, oh, I guess it's going back in time then. Okay, hang on, I'm saying the wrong thing. Okay, never mind. But in any case, I just, like, that with, like, I don't know these people. I don't know these characters. Well, I know maybe I should have read Dawn the Clan. That's probably the problem, and I had fear of when I have to do that with this one. But, I don't know, like, I wish I would see, well, I guess that's a super edition, not a novella. Anyways, okay, I'm so getting off track. Okay, let's see, okay, so Cinderpelt, sorry. Sad about Yellowfang. And so Cinderpelt, also, can I just say Fireheart's bedside manner is just abysmal. It's just not even there. So Cinderpelt's like saying, okay, I'll just read the quote actually. So she's worried about Bluestar and like taking the news of Tigerstar. So Cinderpelt says, this is going to make her worse. I only hope I can find the right herbs to help her. I wish Yellowfang were here. And then Fireheart, stupid. This is not the point that I was talking about because it happens later, but I do think it's funny. Fireheart basically says, I know, but you're gonna be fine. Like, you're a great medicine cat. There's nothing to worry about. But then Cinderpelt stops him and she's like, no, like, thank you. I appreciate that. But like, I miss her. Like, she says, I miss her, Fireheart. I keep waiting for her to tell me I haven't the sense of a newborn kit. At least when she praised me, I knew she really meant it. I want her, Fireheart, her scent and the feel of her fur and the sound of her voice. And then Fireheart doesn't acknowledge that. He's like, oh, okay, like, I hear you, I'm sad. All he says is, I know, but she hunts with Starclan now. Bro! Fireheart! Come on, man! He's like, yeah, that's fine. But, like, Spottedleaf, though, like, he would be that person. Like, I know you're feeling sad. That's how I felt when I lost Spottedleaf. It's like, shut up, Fireheart. He doesn't do that there, but I'm just, I wouldn't put it past the guy, is what I'm saying. Okay, so, yeah, so my notes, I'm swearing at Fireheart, sorry. Okay, so page 25, I say this is the beginning. This is like, because like we've noticed that Bluestar's descent has happened until like up until this point. Like we have noticed little things, but I feel like this, once she finds that Tigerstar is the leader, like before she seemed like distraught and like confused and like just shattered. Like how could you not? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's gonna upturn your whole world. But this is the moment where she kind of becomes mad, which I mean, I shouldn't say mad in the sense of angry, not, I don't love the term of calling someone mad in that sense, but like she's furious. She's like, she's, and you can just see it in how she responds. It's not this like kind of withdrawn, like, oh, like what am I gonna do? She's just like, oh no, I'm pissed, I'm mad. And also she calls Fireheart so out, and I love that because so many times Fireheart gives, like I've said this at just nausea in this stream, but Fireheart just over and over is giving Tigerstar the benefit of the doubt, and then Bluestar says, bro, idiot, because here, I'll just read it. Okay. Okay, so this is when she's mad. Fireheart started to protest, but Bluestar ignored him. Starclan has abandoned me, she went on, still pacing furiously. They told me Fire would save this clan, but Fire has almost destroyed us. How can I ever trust Starclan again, especially now? They've granted a leader's 9 lives to that traitor. They care nothing for me or for ThunderClan. Fireheart flinched. Bluestar, listen. And then she goes, no, Fireheart, you listen. Hell yeah, girl. But then, blah, 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 going down. We can absolutely skip all that because it doesn't matter. But then Fireheart's back on saying Tiger Claw did nothing wrong. Tigerstar didn't seem hostile. Oh, I read that was such a weird inflection, but it's fine. Tigerstar didn't seem hostile. Fireheart was desperately trying to get through to his leader. When he spoke, all he seemed to care about was leading his new clan. Bluestar let out a crack of harsh laughter. Oh, what a beautiful way of saying that, a crack. Oh, I love that. If you believe that, Fireheart, you're a fool. Tigerheart will be here. Nope, that's not it. Tigerstar will be here before Leaffall. You mark my words. But he'll find us waiting for him. If we're all going to die, we're going to take a few Shadow Clan with us. I'm like, girl. Hell yes, dude. But it's like that, it's a little bit of that shimmer of the, like, the fierceness of when he first came to the clan, but also, like, tinged with this, oh, like, this just bitter, like, how could you not be furious and mad and feel like the world's turning against you when all of this is unfolding? Like, girl, like, man, that is so valid. Moon says, where did it go? Arc 1 is weird about relationships. Some of them actually mourn and care about each other. Then other situations are like, White Storm looks so prideful. I know he's a kitten's dad. That is so true. And it is so, I feel like, exclusive to this book, not book, it's arc, of like how they treat like not only parentage, but like interactions like that. Because sometimes like Longtail, and I didn't really realize this, and it was not this reread, I think it was last reread, and just like comments being like Longtail really cared for Swiftpaw, and like I was like, yeah, like he cared for him, like, yeah, that's his apprentice and that's his mentor. But you really see like how much they like, it's almost to the point where it's actually, I would even say, if not, it is the same as how Fireheart feels with Brackenfur, because it's like that's his first apprentice, they've bonded. Longtail feels a little isolated in the clan because, you know, Tigerstar's left. He has this kind of weird, you know, people don't super trust him. And like, I just feel like there's such big brother, little brother energy. And I didn't really clock that until like, well, like recently-ish. But like, when do we see that ever, really? Like when we see mentors and apprentices going forward, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but like, it's just, I don't know. It feels so strong in such a beautiful way. Beautiful didn't feel like the right word, but like in a way that we don't see as often. And I just love that relationship building. It's, you know, it's they're friends, but they're also respecting each other. And it's just, and man, I have thoughts about how Fireheart takes Swiftpaw's death. I'm so, okay, big thoughts. Okay. Flower says, you know what? I'm gonna start reading Warriors. Honestly, I really enjoy it. When people say, should I read it? I really like it. I mean, you know, I've read 1 or 2 books. I've maybe made a video about it, but they're so good. Good. You know, I'll stand with what I said. Moon says, yeah. in this arc, they're like, queens don't need to tell you who the dad is and we don't press it. But in modern warrior cats, you would never get away with that. But they do and they don't, though. But 100% when it's in their own clan. And I guess they didn't really question Bluestar because they're like, oh yeah. But like once they did find out that it was like, well, I guess with Greystripe too. But once they did find out, they're like, another clan, like, whoa! But like other than that, they're like, well, I feel like it's like kind of makes sense. They're like, well, if it's in the clan, who cares? Who really cares? Nah, you do you, girl. Um, Longtail in particular says something. Oh wait, let me go back up. I love the fact that we're talking about Riz. Also, I've seen that go by a couple times. Man, dude, look at us, hip with the kids. Mentors are basically parents in arc 1, says Cricket Flight. They do put a bigger emphasis on it, and I like it. Like, yes, they do in the other arcs, but I don't know, just not in the same way. At least I find. Mind you, I haven't reread the new arc for like a year or two, so I could be just talking out my butt. Poor little Swifty. Oh no. Sharkfin. You can go to the bad boy corner for that. That is funny though. Longtail in particular is such an interesting case because his lack of friends with Dark and Tiger going/gone is unique. There's enough this is Sunny, by the way. There are enough examples of cats who are friends and have friends that Longtail not having friends is something you can pick out as unique. That's so true. This could not be done in other arcs. And that is so true. And like he's often by himself, and like later on in the books, him and, again, spoiling, even though I said I wasn't going to, him and Mousefur become close, but they are not close in this original arc. Like nothing, like you're right. And I don't know. And I think that makes his bond and his strength with Swiftpaw as so good and like so touching. And man, oh, like, and not in a weird way either. It strikes me as just like a older brother, younger brother, or like just like you're like this, you know, when you're like, I care for this little guy, like I'm teaching him, I have this like protective role over him. But then as they grow up, it's like, you know, when you like kind of become friends with your parents. I don't want to say that necessarily, but like when you understand them in a different way, if you're like, oh, like you talk to each other in a different way, or like, you know, like, because you kind of move from that. Well, you guys are maybe young, so maybe you haven't experienced that yet, but it is a nice thing when you can like, so I don't know, I just really like that as they grow up, kind of. Okay, let's see what else we got. Sorry, I'm trying to scoot along here. Oh, on page 32. Okay, so last book we saw Moonlight Beam says, no, my dad wants me to touch grass. No, Moonlight, not the grass. No, please. This is so funny. God, saying, hey, Dad, that's your dream, not mine. My dream is battle cats. No, listen to your parents. That is good. What am I saying here? Oh, so last book, Cinderpelt essentially grabs Fireheart by the cheeks on either side with her paws and said, you ding dong, Sandstorm thinks that you're a cutie pie. And he goes, oh, hang on now. She might have a crush on me. And everybody's like, duh. But this book, he finally like kind of clues into that, and man, it's so funny. So he's just like just stumbling over himself, and he fumbles so hard and so consistently with her throughout this book. It hurts me. I'm like, bro, you need like, this is the opposite of, you know, bringing things back, ready for me to sound like a kid. This is the opposite of Riz. What would the opposite of Riz be? Zur? That's what he has. But it's so funny because like, so him and Sandstorm are out just hunting, I think. I'm too lazy to look back, but they're out and they're near the RiverClan border, and Sandstorm's like, hey, I'm off. I'm gonna go catch us some food. Bye. Or no. Hold on. I'm thinking of the wrong part. Oh yeah, because he's kind of sassy. He's like, do you want me to catch you a mouse or something, with his like little blinky eyes, like tucking his hair behind the ear, and she's like, no, shut up, I can get my own stuff, idiot. And then she goes. But so yeah, Fireheart catches, what is this? A mouse, of course. Good work, Sandstorm murmurs, patting up to him. Do you want it? Fireheart asked, pushing the fresh kill toward her with one paw. You haven't eaten yet. She goes, no thanks, meowed Sandstorm tartly. I can catch my own. She slipped off into the shadow of a hazel tree. Fireheart looked after her, wondering if he defended her so many times to see he says something boneheaded. That one's not that boneheaded. That one I kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, you're kind of being, you know, it's fine. But he said something, he was like, I wonder if I offended her, after saying the most offensive thing you could imagine. It's like, oh my god, you look terrible today. Your fur is all over the place. And then she's like, oh my god, that's rude. And he like stops. He's like, was that Did I just say something rude? That's not actually what happens at all, but it just feels. Okay. Oh my god. Firestar, you're fumbling my guys. His Kate is so real, bro. He is so many times. Okay. Let's see. Funny Fall learned what Riz mean 3 minutes ago and now is the expert. That is exceptionally funny though. I love that. Sunny has adopted the Riz. The definition of Riz. If Fireheart can get multiple clans full of cats to like and trust him, and also get 3 to 4 cats crushing on him, I think he meets the definition of having Riz, says Sunny. You know what? You're right. But when it comes to a one-on-one and he's without trying, he has Riz. I hate that I keep saying that. When without trying, he's so like magnetic. People love him. He's just doing his things. But the moment he actually tries, people are like, stop it, you're cringe. Which is so valid though. Let's be so real. That feels so relatable. Not in the fact of being like magnetic and stuff like that, but in the fact of like when you're actually trying, they're like, oh yeah, you're not doing what you think you're doing here. So anyway, so the whole thing with Sandstorm and Fireheart. So she goes, and then Greystripe pops up, and he's like, bro, you got a crush. He's like, no, I don't. But I was like, oh, he saw it instantly. And I do like Greystripe's relationship, like friendship with Sandstorm throughout this, because it's almost like a sibling, but kind of like poking at each other, like a friendly rivalry almost. Because a couple times he calls her out as being like sassy and sharp and like watch out, but always in like good fun, and like at the end of it they're buddies. So anyway, so she's told him, no thanks, I'll catch my own. And then, so this is now, you want to watch out with that one, a voice meowed behind him. She'll claw your ears off if you're not careful. Fireheart spun around. His old friend Greystripe was standing on the border with RiverClan, further down the slope toward the river. Water gleamed in his thick gray pelt. Greystripe, he exclaimed, you startled me. Blah, 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 blah. And then Greystripe, I never thought I'd find you catching prey for Sandstorm. Special to you, is she? And Fireheart, I don't know what you're talking about, Fireheart protested. His fur suddenly felt hot and prickled as though ants were crawling through it. Sandstorm is just a friend. And Greystripe literally goes, uh-huh. Greystripe let out a purr of amusement. Oh, sure, if you say so. He strolled up the slope and lowered his head to butt Fireheart affectionately on the shoulder. You're lucky, Fireheart. She's a very impressive cat. Also, what an odd thing to say, but it's funny. But anyways, and then they're like, okay, yeah, whatever. What else is new? But I just thought it was so funny, that interaction. It seems fun for Greystripe and annoying as hell for Sandstorm. Just the way they interact, that was Moon. That's so true. Like, he's just so... I love them poking at each other. And I think... I don't know if it's this. I feel like Sandstorm pokes back, but I could just be, again, making up headcanons, but I guess we'll see. Okay, we'll go back here. Okay, where are we going? Okay. Okay, so... freaking Fireheart dismissing the dogs. I love, and by that I mean absolutely hate, how much I like Fireheart is so, and here's the thing, as I'm saying it, I think I'm about to convince myself as other things, but he is so dismissive of the dogs, because Whitestorm comes up to Fireheart. I don't know the actual quote because I've not noted the page, but Whitestorm comes up and he's like, hey, we've sent to dogs, like there's like prey bones all over the place. We're concerned that there's a dog running around. And Fireheart goes, yeah, well, you know, two legs bring dog here all the time. It's fine. Like, it's probably a dog. He's with his two leg by now. Whatever. And Whitestorm's like, we should like check it out. And Fireheart's like, okay, like you can, like they're gonna be back with their two legs, but I mean, if you want to, go ahead. And then later, Cinderpelt comes up to him and she's talking to him, and she's like, Fireheart, I've had this dream. I'm hearing, I think it's when she hears Pack. I think that is. Oh, it totally is. Page 38. She's telling him about this dream, and I don't think Fireheart could be less interested if he tried. Okay. Oh yeah, so yeah. What was the dream about? Said Fireheart. Blah 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 blah. I'm not sure. Cinderpelt blinked in confusion. I thought I was standing in a forest, and I could hear something large crashing through the trees, but I couldn't see what it was. And I heard voices calling, harsh voices, in a language that wasn't cat, but I couldn't understand what they said. Oh no, I could understand what they said. Her voice trailed off. She stood gazing into the distance, her eyes clouded, while her front paws kneaded the ground in front of her. What did they say? Fireheart prompted. Cinderpelt shivered. It was really strange. They were calling Pack and Kill. So that's when, she tells him about the dream. And then he literally goes, yeah, whatever. Who cares? Not me. Bye. But, like, Fireheart couldn't help but feel disappointed. He had hoped the message from Starclan might have given them some hint about how to deal with his problems. Tigerstar's appearance, Bluestar's illness, and the aftermath of the fire. Do you know what it means? Blah, 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 blah. So he's like, oh, it's not important to me. Don't care. But, in saying that, rewind. He has a lot going on. Oh, Sunny, take care. He says, oh no, a time has come. Friends, my ride has arrived. Dude, well, take care. Be safe, and we'll catch you on the flippity. Goodbye, Sunny. We love Sunny. Take care, buddy. I've lost my... Oh yeah, so he's like, oh, the dream doesn't matter, or doesn't care about me? Doesn't matter. But then he's like, oh, he's all mad. He's like, as if we haven't enough to worry about, Fireheart muttered. To Cinderpelt, he meowed, I don't know what I can do unless we find out more. I need facts. Are you sure that's all the dream told you? I don't know. But then, he's such a little turd here. Moon says, this was Greystripe. She sure is good, Hunter Fireheart. Ugly, though. No, Silver Stream. That's, no. Man, Greystripe, though, I love how trampling through the forest he is, and just the way he says things. I'm like, yes, dude. It is so funny, him just calling it out instantly. What am I, okay, where's my notes? What the heck, I'm getting it. Oh, God, my writing is that of a, 2-year-old. Oh, yeah, okay. So Fireheart's basically like, your dream? Don't know. But then, so he's so preoccupied to get back to Sandstorm, I think. Yeah, I don't know why. I think he just wants to. He's, desperate to get back. I think he's... Let's see. Oh, so I think he's just hungry. Okay, the magpie... Okay, we could eat together if you like. That was Sandstorm to Fireheart. I'm going backwards, by the way. Okay, the magpie Fireheart had eaten this morning seemed a long time ago now. I'll just take this to Cinderpelt. Don't be long, meowed Sandstorm. Fireheart, la la la, went to give him the fish. Cinderpelt the fish, sorry. Okay, so... don't worry, Cinderpelt. This Fireheart, obviously. If it's a warning about ShadowClan, we're already watching out for them. Just tell me the moment you get any more details. So he's like, yeah, your dream. Don't really care. He jumped as an irritated yowling sounded from behind him. Fireheart, are you gonna be all day? Glancing around, he saw Sandstorm was waiting for him at the entrance of the Burn Fern tunnel. That was hard. I've gotta go, he said to Cinderpelt. But I'll think about it, okay? So he's eager to get back. But so that in and of itself is rude. I was like, Fireheart, smarten up. What the heck? But then he says something so obscene. So she's like, this is a message from Starclan Fireheart. This is Cinderpelt. This is a message from Starclan Fireheart. Not just a root digging into my fur or a tough bit of fresh kill caught in my throat. It could affect the whole clan. We need to work out what this means. And then freaking Fireheart goes, well, you'll be better at that than I am, Fireheart told her. Bye. He doesn't say bye, but I'm just like, dude. And then going forward, Cinderpelt's not mad at him, but frustrated and short with him. And he's like, oh, I wonder why she's so worry about at me. And it's like, bro, you're so rude. But, yeah, man, that's just typical Fireheart, though. Okay. Let me have a little sip of my drink here. Oh yeah, so this is what I was talking about Goldenflower, chastising Ramble. Kit. Page 44. Okay. Bramblekit had bowled over Snowkit and was holding him down on the ground with his claws. The squealing came from the sturdy white Kit, who didn't seem to be trying to defend himself. Fireheart shot forward, barreling into Bramblekit and knocking him away from his victim. Using the word victim, Fireheart. Interesting. Enough, he snarled. What do you think you're doing? The dark tabby Kit picked himself up, amber eyes glaring with shock and indignation. Can't read. Well, Fireheart demanded. Bramblekit shook dust off his fur. It's nothing, Fireheart. We're only playing. Blah, blah, blah. But this is when the Goldenflower thing happens. Bramblekit. It was Goldenflower who spoke, coming to stand beside her Kit. How many times do I have to tell you? If somebody squeals, you let go. And don't be so rude to Fireheart. Remember, he's the deputy. Which, I don't know, I just thought that was cute, that interaction. But then Tawnykit starts being a little farthead. Bramblekit's sister Tawnykit was sitting a couple tail lengths away, her tail curled around her paws, and she's talking about Snowkit. He's no fun, she meowed. He never has any good games. Tawnykit! Goldenflower chuffed her lightly across the ear. Don't be so nasty. I don't know what's gotten into the pair of you today. I don't know, I just thought it was a cute interaction. Moon says, imagine being made to think about things. Glad I'm not a medicine cat. Me and Fireheart. Such a mood. Oh, but like the dismissive way he said about it, but it really has that feelings of like, gotta go bye, see ya, gotta go to the mall, idiot. Oh, okay. What else we got? Oh yes, okay, I think, is this? Oh, this is what, okay, so that whole thing, I really like too, that, so this is our first, like, kind of glimpse at Snowkit. Where are we? And we kind of have this inkling that there's something up. Now, I don't know how I feel about Snowkit. I got big feelings. It is just what it is. But we get that first kind of clue that he is, I don't want to say different in a bad way, but we just get a sense that something's up. And it's interesting that we see it through the eyes of the other kits, because they're the ones who spend the most time with him, and they clock it first. And they're like, well, like, he doesn't play the way that we do and stuff. And I just thought that was interesting. And like, you kind of put a little red flag up in your head too. But then the other red flag that is very clear and apparent is how defensive Speckletail gets after, what did they say? He said something. Oh, okay, Snowkit was still crouched to the ground, only got up when his mother nudged him to his feet. Maybe you should let Cinderpelt check him, Fireheart advised the pale tabby queen. Make sure he's not hurt. So he's thinking that Bramblekit has, like, knocked the wind out of him or something. But then Speckletail's like, what? Speckletail spun her head around and glared at her clan deputy. There's nothing wrong with my kit, she growled. Are you saying I can't look after him properly? Just spicy. Like, oh, heck yeah. Yeah, girl, you tell him. And then, okay, yeah, we kind of went over Goldenflower wanting Fireheart to tell him. Oh, listen to this quote from Goldenflower. I love him. They introduce him to kill him, so I don't feel much about him, says Moon. That's the thing, but that's like, I don't know, this, and you know, I don't want to get on my soapbox, but just feelings, rereading these books in 2025, I'm like, there's some things in this that I see and I'm like, that feels not great. But I also get that it's to prove a point of like, you know, the clan is in disarray. It's another sign that Starclan's quote unquote mad at Bluestar. Like, but you're right. Like, they have no interaction beyond this book. I don't think he's named before. And then his whole plotline, everything about him just revolves around him dying, essentially. Like, it's just, I feel like we could have done more with it, but Moon's so, like, 1,000% right. But listen to this very sassy Goldenflower quote. I'm gonna fetch a mouse for one eye, said Tawnykit. No, you're not. I am. Bramblekit yowled, scampering after her. Well, Goldenflower meowed, turning back to Fireheart. If you can see anything wrong with these kits, tell me what it is, because I can't. She got up, obviously not needing an answer, and shook each paw in turn before retreating into the nursery. Just something like, I guess it, out of context of the rest of it, doesn't hit as strong, but it's just like, just the way she was like, okay, well, like, you have a problem with them, whatever it is, you figure it out, because they're just children, and you are being ridiculous. And just like that. Snowkit isn't a person, he's a prop to make you sad, and this showcased some level of harshness. 100%! Which, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just a plot point, it's so real. Everybody wants Akira. Where is Akira? Sweet baby Akira. Okay. Let's see. Okay, where are we? Page 50. Ooh, okay, so on page 50, Fireheart goes up to Bluestar because Longtail, I think. Yeah. Longtail is basically, I don't know why I said it like that. Longtail is basically like, hey, my apprentice has been an apprentice for so long. It's time that he's a warrior. Why isn't he a warrior, Fireheart? Like, what? Like, come on, speed it up. So Fireheart's like, okay, I'll go talk to Bluestar. So Fireheart talks to Bluestar, and he's like, hey, you know, the apprentices have been apprenticing for many, many hours now. At least 10. It's time that we do something. And Bluestar's like, I don't know. Who are their mentors? Like, I don't know if they should be warriors yet. And Fireheart goes, and you want them to be mentors, or sorry, this is Bluestar, and you want them to be warriors, just ... just remind me who their mentors are, will you? I'm Cloudpaw's mentor, Fireheart began, trying to keep his increasing dismay out of his voice. The others are Longtail? Longtail, Bluestar interrupted. Ah, yes, one of Tigerclaw's friends. Why do we give him an apprentice when we can't trust him? Longtail chose to stay in ThunderClan when Tigerclaw left, Fireheart reminded her. Bluestar snorted. That doesn't mean we can trust him. We can't trust any of them. They're traitors, and they'll train more traitors. I won't make any warriors of their apprentices. She paused at Fireheart as he stared at her appalled, and then added, only yours, Fireheart. You alone are faithful to me. Cloudpaw can be a warrior, but not those others. Interesting. Okay. You know, yeah. Whitestorm was Brightpaw's mentor. Why didn't Fireheart bring that up? I guess he had other things on the mind. But it's like, I don't know. Like, I thought her and Whitestorm were still chill at this point. But I guess maybe she just got... Maybe he was like, oh, I don't want to make it worse by, like, arguing. But I was just like, ooh. You didn't hear who the other ones were about this. Whatever. Okay, this is Fireheart's prime opportunity to tell WindClan, hey, Tigerclaw sucks. Hello. So, where are we? Oh, yeah. Oh, and okay, before we get to that, Cinderpelt is so miffed, which I would be too. Listen to this. Page 53. Okay, so Cinderpelt was going to the Moonstone, Highstone, whatever. And Fireheart's like, you'll need to take a warrior with you, he meowed. Last time Bluestar tried to go to the Highstones, WindClan wouldn't let her pass through their territory. Cinderpelt looked at him calmly. Blah, 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 tells him, no one will stop me. You can come as far as Fortress if you like, assuming you can spare the time from Sandstorm. I was like, ooh. Got him. Also, we're gonna get to this in a little bit, but I was so on the whole thing of like, oh no, Cinderpelt never had a crush on Fireheart. Like, she just, you know, she appreciated him, and people who are like, oh, like, she had a crush on him, blah, 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 I don't agree. I think that's exactly what the writers were going for, which it dismays me to a great deal, because there's this one point in the book where, I have it written down. Anyways, it's farther in, but we'll get to it when we get to it. But Cinderpelt and Sandstorm are both in the medicine cat and den, and Fireheart makes a point. He's like, oh, there's a lot of tension in here. Like, at any moment, it looks like they could, like, rip each other's fur off or out. Like, what's got them all, like... But he's, like, what it's implying is I'm pretty sure that she, like, Cinderpelt is jealous of Sandstorm. I don't think I hate that. I don't know why, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's what the authors meant, and I was so like, no, but it is. But I hate it. I don't like it. And I couldn't even tell you why. I don't know. But yeah, Moon says, oh, Cinderpaw's Fireheart crush is 200% real. I was just living in ignorance. I'm like, no, if I don't think it's real, it can't hurt me. Oh, God, it's pouring right outside. So if you can, apologies. Okay, so this is Fireheart. Are you ready for literally? I don't think there could have been a more prime moment for Fireheart to talk about Tigerclaw, and he says, better not. Listen to this. So page 57. I'm writing in all caps. I'm very angry. Okay. Okay, so he's talking to Runningnose of ShadowClan. So like he has the opportunity to be like, hello. Let's see, how far back do we have to go? Okay. Then maybe Tigerstar will be a great leader, just like the Omen said, Fireheart mewed. The medicine cat met his gaze evenly. It seems strange that ThunderClan got rid of a strong cat like that. Open the door for this. He is literally like veiled asking, what's up? Why did he come to us? Like, what is going on? He could have said literally even anything. Fireheart took a deep breath. Perhaps he should take this chance to tell Runningnose the truth about Tigerstar. Yeah, you probably should. It's a long story, he began. And then, well, I guess Runningnose kind of stopped him, but still, like, okay, it's a long story, he began. No, Fireheart, Runningnose interrupted. I'm not asking you to betray your clan's secrets. He edged closer to Fireheart, then scraped the ground with his paws and crouched beside him. Whatever happened in ThunderClan, I'm certain of one thing. Starclan did send Tigerstar to us. And then he tells him about the whole Nightstar not getting his 9 lives. Oh, also I had a thought. It doesn't happen very often. Oh, okay. I've lost it here, but Oh yeah, okay, so the heart, that's a live thing is the whole leader thing. Is that ever come back? So I was talking with there's something coming out in the future. I don't want to spoil it, but we were talking about Starclan, and I was saying like, wouldn't it be so sick if you know when the leaders have their like leader ceremony, and like Starclan is so overpopulated, and we're like, oh my god, we have so many cats here, blah 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 blah. So listen to this. So what if when the leaders went to Starclan to get their 9 lives, what if the cats of Starclan who give them their 9 lives essentially sacrifice themselves to give them that life? So like say if, you know, I don't want to spoil anything. So I don't know, say a cat comes up to Bluestar to give one of their lives. They are out of Starclan, they fade or they go away, and their essence essentially then becomes Bluestar's next life. And I just think that that would be such a good way to not only like make the deaths that happen to these cats more meaningful, because a cat dies and then we're like, okay, that's fine, we'll see her in 2 pages in Starclan having a little snack on the side of the clearing there, it's fine. But I feel like it would have made, I don't know, just something. And I'm like, so the whole lives being connected to, I don't know, them not giving it because Broken Star is still alive. I don't know, but I don't love that. But in any case, I was like, then at least something. But I don't know why. Like, do we ever come back to the whole Broken Star live thing? Like, do we ever have that again? And like, also when, well, I guess, no, that's way far in advance of, okay. Anyways, okay. But I'm just like, okay, interesting. Oh yeah, and then I thought it was so funny. Runningnose essentially gives Fireheart a nah, you better not, because Fireheart not wanting doesn't ever tell thing. He never wants to say anything about Tigerstar, but when he finally does get a little comfy, has Tigerstar said anything about attacking ThunderClan? Fireheart asked hesitantly. And to Runningnose. Runningnose let out an amused purr of amusement. Do you really expect me to answer that? If he was planning anything, I'd be betraying my clan if I told you. As far as I know, you haven't anything to worry about, but whether you believe me or not is up to you. I'm like, yeah, dude. Ding dong. You goof. Bluestar's paranoia has good moments and bad moments. It kind of paints it more as dementia adjacent than long-running struggle with paranoia, but overall fantasy condition. Yeah, the thing about her behavior in Bluestar's prophecy, you know, that one, I feel like I have not read it enough, / know enough, / have ever fully finished it. I need to know. I think I, like, flicked through it. But that one, I got feelings on it. Maybe I should read that one after this arc and, like, go back on a super edition. But in any case, yeah, they just changed so much. Okay, so on page 61, Fireheart has a dream with Spottedleaf. Okay, and also no. Yeah, no, sorry. He has like 4 dreams of Spottedleaf in this book. But he has this dream that he's running through the forest. And he can't find, let's see. Okay, so he was afraid of stepping forward and finding nothing but black emptiness under his paws as the raging torrent swept him down with it. So he's like having a dream. So maybe he's like dreaming about the end of the book when he's saving Bluestar? I guess I never really pieced that together. That's probably what it was. Let's see. Okay, page 60. Oh, also, okay, I could be reading into this, but I thought it was funny. So the Fireheart and Sandstorm go to the two-leg place and they see Princess. And Sandstorm, when she first meets Princess, she's like ready to fight. She's like, oh my god, a kitty pet. Because this Princess runs up to Fireheart and is like licking him all over in a friendly way. He's like, oh, I'm so worried about you, purring, rubbing up on him. Here, let's see if I can find the exact quotes. His sister came up to him. She was purring as if she would never stop, pressing her face against his and covering him with licks. Fireheart, you're alive, she meowed. I was so frightened when I saw the fire, blah, 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 blah. And Sandstorm is ready to freaking tussle. Glancing at Sandstorm, he saw that a look of disgust had appeared on the ginger warrior's face, and her face was fluffed out. That's a kitty pet, she snarled. She's got kitty pet scent all over her, like mad. And then earlier she was just mad. But I'm like, I think she might have been mad. I think she was a little jealous. I think she was like, who's this person? Who is this cat rubbing up on him? What the hell? Because when Fireheart, he says, yes, this is my sister Princess, she's immediately like, okay, cool. Sounds good. Like, that's good. Well, I just thought it was funny. I was like, oh, I don't know if that's what they meant to do, but I thought that was funny. Let's see. Page 69, I'm mad again. Didn't worry, mad, tell me. I'm mad about Then I'm mad about Fireheart giving Tigerclaw another benefit of the doubt. Oh yeah. So he's talking to Greystripe. Oh yeah, so this is when Tigerstar was visiting with Leopard Fur before she became leader. Leopard Fur, okay. Perhaps Tigerstar's just getting to know her, Fireheart guessed. She'll be clan leader after all when Crooked Star dies. Again, just like giving him benefit of the doubt always. There's more points to that, but that's fine. Oh, okay. This one, we're only on page, I know, I'm going at a snail's pace. I gotta speed it up. I apologize. Okay, so this one hurts. The Greypool thing. Oh my god, I love this in the book, where we see Tigerstar, like, instantly manipulate Greypool to be like, so she's all confused. She's wandering around. She thinks she's very confused, and she thinks she's going to a gathering. And so Fireheart sees her from across the way because she's currently missing. And he's like, oh, there's Greypool. But before he gets a chance to go to her, Tigerstar is leaving, and he goes to see, or he's coming. Either way, he's near, and he goes up to her, and he's like, what's going on? And then Greypool goes, oh my god, Oakhart, it's you. And she's just very confused because, I mean, like, they make a point of that she's very confused and stuff like that. And Tigerclaw doesn't just instantly, like, kill her or go like, like, you know, you're weak, blah, 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 blah. He leans into it and he's like, yeah, it's me. Like, you know, and she goes, where have you been? And he goes, well, I've been here and there. Like, I don't know. It's just the way he just so smoothly, like, slipped into that. I'm like, oh, that's good. Like, not good, but, like, just the way he did that. I'm like, oh, that is so dastardly. And it makes you hate him. And he's like, and he is a villain, obviously. And he is a villain up until this point. But when he's just like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. Like, that's like, yeah, that is bad. Like, I don't know. This is just like a different way of showing how messed up he is. Let's see. What page is that on? Oh, 72. I thought it was 62. Gonna be 2. Where are we? Oh, shoot. Okay, but in any case. But then Greypool tells them, Tigerstar's been taking improv classes. Dude, he's killing it. He's always like, he goes up to her and he's like, okay, in his head, yes, and I got this. I don't know, in this book, he's just so much more dastardly. Except for then he instantly becomes no longer like that. Because he says, where are we? She realizes that it's not Oakhart. You're not Oakhart, she exclaimed. Never mind that, Tigerclaw mewed soothingly. I don't like the idea of Tigerclaw mewing. You can still tell me all about it. What ThunderClan kits? Who was their real mother? They were beautiful kits, Greypool meowed vaguely, and now they're fine warriors. She broke off as Tigerstar thrust his muzzle into her face. Tell me whose kits they are. They were you old crow food, he demanded, losing his patience. I'm like, okay, well, you had it, but then he wasn't. But, man, do I was like, oh. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? Let's skip along some pages, because I think this is all just nonsense. Had some more exciting things. Oh, but we get to Snowkit. I don't know. I don't want to get on my soapbox, so it doesn't matter. But, okay, anyway, Snowkit is taken by the hawk. And Bluestar, just being an actual little turd, is just like, yeah, I see that. You see this horrible tragedy that we all witnessed, that we're like, oh, that was stolen into the sky by a bird of prey, and we're all sad. Yeah, that's because Starclan hates you. They hate you. They're spitting on you. They think you all suck. She's whipping everybody up. It's like, Bluestar, stop. This is just so sad. And you're just like, yeah, see? I told you, idiots. You suck. Starclan said it themselves. Bro, stop. He never has a plan that works, but it's not his fault. ThunderClan was giving him bad prompts. But Moon, you're actually so right. Because so many times in this book, or in this arc, things happen just because, and Tigerclaw's like, hey, that worked out pretty good. That's not bad. Like the whole lion heart dying. There was more. I can't really think about it. Broken tail thing, and them holding him, and he being not okay with it. There's just so many things where he's just like, huh, okay, sounds good. Moon says, yeah, like I said before, it was because the trees were bare, the hawk could see the kit, so why did it have to be deaf? Vicky. Well, and two, like, you know, I guess too, because he was like this snow white kit, so they could have even said something to the, like, thing of, oh, like, his pelt, like, stuck out against the barren, like, ash, like, everything's, like, kind of gray and, like, burnt away, so he's, like, this beacon, basically, being this fluffy, pure white little kitten. But no. Vicky, when I get you, Vicky. Honest to God. Somebody. Oh, yeah. Okay, so on page 98, something's where I think we're at a gathering. I don't know. Let's see. I keep closing my book, but I should just keep it open at this point. Oh wait, is this 98? Page 98? Am I? I think so. I said, oh, it's page 97. Okay, so everybody's getting mad, and Bluestar is like, oh, Starclan, like, hates us, she's the worst. Everybody's, like, panicking. The kit just left. They're like, oh my god, their camp's in total chaos. And then Paw goes, oh yeah, and also, I don't believe in Starclan. And Fireheart has this moment of, what? But, like, it's just, like, sandwiched in between everything. He's like, okay, that's insane. I gotta deal with that in a minute, because there's so much going on, but Kato, what the hell? And then he just keeps going. Why, Cloudtail, did you pick this random moment to be like, oh, by the way, also, I think Starclan's not real? It's this timing just killed me. I was like, that is too funny. Okay. Do you live here now? Someone says on TikTok. No, I promise. I do. I have been streaming on TikTok more. In fact, I was kind of thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe I want to draw live stream tonight on TikTok. So I might be back again later. Surprise! I'm coming back to jump scare you again, possibly tonight. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, so page 104 is the whole Sandstorm Cinderpelt debate. You're on TikTok, right? I am doing both. I have it set up. It's, I'm so sorry. Also, by the way, TikTok. Oh, I feel like, oh, I'm scrolling to the wrong thing. I'm being, like, a neglectful mother to TikTok because I can't see the, the comments as easy. But no, I see you, gang. You're there. Yeah, I've been streaming quite a bit on TikTok, actually. It's honestly chill. It's so fun over there. And the TikTok, sorry, now me shilling over there, but the lives go away right after, so I'll just go on, hop on, do some nonsense, and then away we go. It's just a good time. I would recommend it if you like it. What am I saying here? Oh yeah, so 104 is when they have beef. Thanks for your help, Sandstorm. That was Cinderpelt who said that. Lily Cat says, hi, TikTok. Oh my god, they're talking to each other. They're contacting. I don't want to read that out and offend the TikToks, but that's so funny. We love you, TikTok. Kisses. I honestly have such a good time over there. Thanks for your help, Sandstorm, says Cinderpelt. Both she-cats were being very polite to each other, but somehow Fireheart felt it wouldn't take much for them to unsheath their claws. He wondered why, then decided he didn't have time to worry about petty squabbles. He was right there, and he's like, ah, women, am I right? Stupid Fireheart. You don't know anything, dude. He's such a... In any case, focus, Jane, focus. Okay, let's see what's next. I'm trying to skip along a little quicker. Oh, yes. Okay, so on page 126, Fireheart has a another dream. Surprise, surprise. He literally is like, I don't know what to do. Let me contact Starclan. Literally went to bed. And then Starclan was like, hey, you called? We're here. So he has a dream, and he's like, Starclan, Bluestar wants to cause trouble with WindClan. What do I do? Please help me. I have nobody to turn to. And they're like, we got it. And so he has this dream where Spottedleaf arrives, and he can only smell her, I think. See. Okay, yeah, Fireheart, blah, blah, blah. So he's in this, like, random clearing. No cats were in sight. Spottedleaf, he meowed uncertainly. There was no reply, but he caught a faint trace of the sweet scent that always announced her presence. Very weird. He stiffened, rising his head and parting his jaws so he could drink in the beloved smell. Fireheart, could you chill? I'm begging you. You're being a little weird. Spottedleaf, he repeated, please come, I need you so much. A sudden warmth crept over him. A voice murmured, I am here, Fireheart. He sensed that Spottedleaf was somewhere behind him, and if he turned his head, he would see her, but he could not move. It was as if cold jaws were gripping him, keeping his gaze fixed on the windswept moorland. And then also, Yellowfang was back there too. Another scent, I'm having a time here. Another scent wafted over him, painful in its familiarity. Yellowfang, he whispered, is that you? A faint breath stirred his pelt, and he thought he could hear Yellowfang's rusty purr. And it's just like, well, first of all, I just think he's just like, Spottedleaf, fine, Yellowfang. But then also, that's funny. But also, not only that, I really like that Starclan, like, in the later books, they would be like, oh yeah, let's have a full conversation, we'll be sassy with each other, we're gonna talk in full sentences. But in the first book, there's so much more, like, to the point where he couldn't even move in this dream. He could barely talk to them. Like, it was like, and Yellowfang does not speak. And I love that, because in the newer books, maybe I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like now I'm doubting everything I know about the books, rereading this, because I'm like, maybe I'm just making stuff up, because there are so many things I'm like, wait, that's how it happened? But in my head, they're just so more involved. But with this one, like, I like that, like, they just don't, and I know that it's not, like, not everybody agrees, but me personally, I much prefer Starclan being not involved / like not talking to them. I would prefer they would just, beyond like leader ceremonies and stuff like that, I wish that they were like so like doubtful of like, are they there? Who really knows? But they have like this like full, you know, that phone in Powerpuff Girls, when they have a direct line to the Powerpuff Girls, like, we need your help. That's what they have with Starclan. And I wish that it was more of like a where are you? No, but like more of a, I don't know. And we get a lot of that in this arc, but then in the next arc, I'm like, you take any type of power of a cat's death. Like, oh, I want to talk about Bristlefloss, but we won't, because that's so far ahead. But anyways, stop yapping. Okay, so I really like, in this book, we have a nice setup and payoff. So at the gathering, One Whisker introduces Fireheart back to Grousepaw. Did you see all those names that I had to remember? My god, I'm struggling to remember my own name. So One Whisker shows Grousepaw to Fireheart, and he's like, hey, this is the cat that carried you when we were being chased away from our home. He's a great guy, super trustworthy. This is my apprentice, Fireheart. Like, if this is my apprentice, Fireheart, this is my apprentice, kind of thing. And Grousepaw's like, oh wow, like, hey, like, you know, what's up? And like, it's just this subtle meeting. They don't do much. They just kind of have this acknowledgement, and then they go away. Later in the book, we come back. Fireheart is going to WindClan to try and stop the battle between ThunderClan and WindClan. So he's going to talk to Tallstar, and a patrol goes by, and he's looking, and who does he see but little Grousepaw? I'm struggling. Grousepaw. And he sees him, and he's like, oh, hey, like, that's an owl. Like, I met him. Like, we had this talk. And he's like, hey, psst, 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 come here. And then Grousepaw sees him, and he's like, oh, yeah. Am I saying the wrong name? Grousepaw? Is it Grousepaw? I'm making stuff up. Hold on. Now I'm doubting myself. Clan. Gorsepaw. Oh, my God, I'm dumb. Okay, sorry, Gorsepaw, not Grousepaw. Gorsepaw. Is Grouse a thing? Who am I? I know it was a g something. Okay, Gorsepaw. So he sees him, and he's like, come here. And then he's like, oh yeah, I remember you. And then Fireheart's like, I really need you to go get One Whisker, because that's his buddy. He's like, I need you to get One Whisker, because I really need to talk to your leader. And Gorsepaw's like, you know, okay, like, I met you, I was shown you. And I don't know, just the setup and payoff just felt really good. And I feel like in the other books, they would have just been like, a throwaway, oh yeah, look, there's a cat that I met 700 years ago, and I kind of know him, he will work. But this one, I just really like this specific setup and payoff. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, Gorsepaw. What was I saying? Grousepaw? Grouse is a bird, right? I don't know. Of Gorsepaw, Cade. No, that's, shoot, I meant, nice, good stuff. Everybody, Kate gets #1 comment for the stream. Moon says, can I bring up, oh, yes, dude. Can I bring up my dying hill that Gorsepaw should be orange like Fireheart for symbolism and not brown? He's given both description, both brown and orange, but the orange is so much more suitable because the ginger cats are so rare, and Tigerclaw goes out of his way to kill him. Oh my god, I love Moon's brain. Please, let me study it in a lab. Let me look into your thoughts 24/7. I didn't mean all. Look, everybody, Tigerclaw and Gorsepaw, they're having a nice little conversation. No! That's so good. I guess that happens in the next book. That is so good. Because there's no way that Tigerstar has any inkling that this cat is important to Fireheart. Big. Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about before. One Whisker's like, I would literally not do this for any other cat but you. So, because he's proven that he's so, like, honorable and trustworthy. But he won't say anything about Tigerclaw. No sorry, Bob. Okay, so this is when I'm against Sandstorm. You guys know I'm a Sandstorm apologist through and through. I will always stand for her. She is my queen. But this one moment where I'm like, girl, that is a take that is not great. And that is an action that I don't agree with. Because this is the whole thing, and she has an action later that I'm super fully with, but this one is not one of them. So she is mad that Fireheart has disobeyed Bluestar and has gone behind her back, which isn't great, obviously. But, like, I feel like so many cats hear it and they're like, okay, no, you have a point. Like, this is to stop bloodshed. Like, it's unneeded. Like, they see that Bluestar is shaken and that she isn't exactly, like, in the same state of mind that she was when she wouldn't normally make that decision. So cats go, I don't love that you are not listening to your leader, but we kind of understand where you're going or coming from. Even Tallstar says that. He's like, ooh, you probably shouldn't be doing it like this, but I do appreciate it because I do not want to get a boo-boo today. I just cannot afford it. And so, but Sandstorm is the one who's like one of the most vehemently against it, who's like, no, like, you should not be going against your leader, blah, 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 which I'm like, okay, like, that, I guess, like, that is kind of, like, crappy, but, like, I kind of see where she's coming from, but it's what she does next, and I'm like, ooh, that don't love that, because she's, like, trying to be like, no, you can't do this, and she, knowing that Dustpelt has this crush on her, and knowing that, you know, she likes Fireheart and Fireheart likes her, like, she has to know. She's wanting Fireheart to change his mind. So what does Sandstorm do? She's saying, so if Ravenpaw doesn't come and they have to go to the battle, she says, yes, what then? Sandstorm demanded. Do you want us to disobey Bluestar's direct orders, turn around and run away? And then she goes, Dustpelt, tell Fireheart what a mouse-brained idea this is. Dustpelt's ears pricked in surprise. Fireheart knew very well that part of the reason the Brown Warrior's antagonism toward him was because Sandstorm so clearly preferred Fireheart. Now, I really fought my way through that. So it's like, so Sandstorm being like, oh yeah, like, you know that we have a crush on each other, but I'm gonna go to my old fling and be like, what do you think? But also, like, use Dustpelt's old, like, feelings to be like, yeah, you agree with me, don't you? Remember? Like, I don't know, it just felt like such a just a manipulative thing. I'm like, ooh, Sandstorm, that is not a great look that you've done that. But then, surprise, Dustpelt goes, you know what, Sandstorm, I think you're wrong, actually. Fireheart braced himself for more criticism, but Dustpelt mewed hesitantly. I don't know, Sandstorm. Fireheart's right that it's a bad time for a battle. And besides, no cat can seriously believe that WingClan is stealing our prey. If Bluestar thinks so, then ... well ... So, I don't know, I was just like, ooh. That's not... Also, man, Fireheart is always commenting on Ripple's muscling. This man, he's, like, obsessed with it. He was commenting on... So, Bluestar and Misty Foot, the one day he was saying their muscles were ripping economically, which I still cannot get over. He always is talking about Tigerstar's muscles rippling. He's talking about Sandstorm's muscles rippling. He's appreciating it. And then when Ravenpaw comes in to deliver the message, he's like, oh, who's that? He's gotten so strong. Look at those muscles rippling under his belt. Like, bro, notice their personality or their eyes. My God, something, bro. Ooh, okay, so when they go to the, like, WingClan to have this meeting where Bluestar hesitantly agrees of, like, okay, like, I'll talk to them, but I'm not happy about it. And they go to meet at the 4 trees, and all the WingClan cats are there, all the ThunderClan cats are there, and just the tension of, like, literally any wrong move could break out in fighting. And so, like, even Cloudtail's, like, starting to move, or Cloudpaw, I guess, and Fireheart's like, stop, like, do not move a muscle, because, like, even the wrong look can just, like, explode the clearing into just, like, fighting. And it's such a touchy and, like, paper, like, an eggshell situation. I loved it, and I love how it came out. Moon says, I guess you can read it romantically, but with this one, it's easy for me to go either way. Dustpelt could just be your best friend being jilted for Fireheart, because we never really get confirmation. That is true. I guess they were besties, but yeah, I don't know, because they make such a big point after of just Fireheart being like, oh, like, I know part of the, well, I guess don't, but friends, because she did start, you know what, Moon, you're right, though, because she did start really ignoring him and going against what he said, and being like, that's pretty cringe, Dustpelt, and he's like, oh, damn. So I guess it could be that, too, but I just didn't like how she, like, ignores him, doesn't care, does all this thing, and then the moment that she needs Fireheart to be like, hey, listen to what I'm saying, she turns back and is like, see, I could go back to Dustpelt. I could go back to hating you again, like, you know, if you don't listen to me. I'm probably projecting. That's probably not what it is, and I'm making it sound more malicious than it is. I just didn't like the vibe. But look at this. Look, who am I? I'm on Fireheart's side for once. Okay, Tallstar is an actual freaking goat in this scene. When he's talking to Bluestar, he navigates this so well. And I mean, he's a leader for a reason, but like just the way this entire thing shook out, he was so good. So like he comes up to, so he goes up to Bluestar and he's talking. The black and white, okay, I will swear, so Tallstar's like, I swear by Starclan I'm not doing it. And Bluestar's like, oh, Starclan sucks anyways. I don't believe you. And then he's like, I'll swear by anything you hold sacred, by our kits, by our hopes for our clan, by our honor as leader. WindClan did not do what you accused us of. For the first time, his words seemed to reach Bluestar. Fireheart saw her fur begin to lie flat. How can I believe you? She rasped. So already, he's like seeing, okay, that's not working. Let's move it. Very good. But then, Fireheart, the ding dong, is like breaking in. It's like, where are we? We lost prey too. Tallstar told her it may be dogs or rogues. It's not from WindClan. So you say, meowed Bluestar. And then Fireheart, dum says, Bluestar, a noble leader doesn't take her warriors into battle without need. If there's a least bit of doubt that, like, trying to jump in, and then Bluestar's mad. She's like, shut up. You think you know how you can lead the clan better than I can? Just like mad. And it's like, oh, Fireheart, you didn't read that. But then Tallstar, seeing this, like, kind of dunks on Fireheart. And he's like, young cats, they know everything. There's a hint of sympathetic humor in his voice, but sometimes we have to listen to them. There's no need for battle. And anyways, he diffuses it. Just the whole thing. I just really like how he did that. I guess that wasn't as important as I thought when I wrote it down, but I just like the way that he just navigated that. And it was just like, yeah, like, use humor, use, like, understanding. He's just a good leader. He's just a good leader. It sucks when your BFF gets a boyfriend. You just want to turn him into a toad. God. If I had $1 for every time, my God. Muscles rippling, muscles rippling. Seriously, always with everything. Dustpelt is so underrated and treated horribly throughout the series, says Kate. I feel like I forget about him, and yet he is so, like, he's a background cat, but, like, so at the forefront of my mind. He does nothing, but is so, like, present. I don't know. He's an interesting character. I don't believe he exists until Ferncloud is a full adult. See. Oh, yeah. Okay, so after all of this, Fireheart, all the battle gets avoided. They're not fighting. Dustpelt is such an icon. I do like Dad Dustpelt, like, when he, like, the way he cares for his kids. Aw, Maria, you're so right. But that's down the line. So Fireheart has avoided the battle. He's gone behind Bluestar's back. Talks to Tallstar, says, we gotta figure this out. We have to do all this stuff. He does all these shenanigans. He's in trouble. And after all said and done, he's like, okay, there's not going to be a battle. Not going to be a battle. You know what he goes? He goes, thank you, Spottedleaf. What? What did she have anything to do with this? She literally put you into a meadow, sprayed some perfume on you, and said, yeah, you should probably not fight. And then he's like, oh my God, without that, I don't think there would have been, everybody would have died. Fireheart, what's your problem? Okay, so this is just me being, I don't know, a little dumb, but this interaction was so unique, and it's really nothing. It really isn't, but I don't know why it caught my eyes, I guess. I was gonna say ears, but eyes so much. And maybe you guys can tell me if I'm just being goofy or dumb or goofy or both. So Longtail goes up to Fireheart and he's like, okay, again, my apprentice is ready to be a warrior. Like, what is going on? And so he's having this argument, and I don't even know how to explain this, but, like, Longtail looked taken aback and readied. Oh, okay. No. Okay, so Fireheart's like, yeah, no, I know. I'm trying to get it. I promise. Longtail looked taken aback at his readied agreement. So what are you going to do about it? He blustered. Right now, nothing, Fireheart meowed. But then okay, so right now nothing, Fireheart meowed. Don't flatten your ears at me, Longtail. Just think, will you? I just, like, I don't know. Now I feel stupid for bringing it up, but there was something about it of, like, we don't hear that he, no, I feel really dumb now, but, like, we don't hear him flattening his ears, or, like, it doesn't say Longtail flattened his ears, but, like, in the dialogue, we can see what's happening without it even happening. Now I'm feeling goofy. But in any case, it just caught me, like, oh, that's, I don't know, it felt so, like, I felt like I was there when that happened. Don't flatten your ears at me, Longtail, because he said it. Right now, nothing, Fireheart meowed. Don't flatten your ears at me, Longtail. Just think, will you? He's like, I don't know. But okay. Okay. Oh man. Okay, so after the whole fight, Bluestar lets Greystripe come home because Greystripe basically betrays RiverClan, and Bluestar's like, okay, you can come home, but don't flatten your ears is such a cute expression, right? And it was like, and you can, like, picture your kitty cat, like, doing it, but, like, it was just the fact that he didn't even stop his dialogue. Like, it didn't give a chance for Longtail to reply. Like, he said it, and then instantly, like, there was no break. He instantly said, like, because, so we can picture him saying that, and Longtail so pissed. I don't know. There's something about it. Okay. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, so Bluestar's, like, letting Greystripe come back, but she says it in the meanest possible way. Okay. But I'd like to come back if you'll have me, Bluestar, Greystripe said. Blah, blah, blah. Darkstripe, not for it. Sandstorm's for it. Bluestar fixed a cold look at him. If Greystripe is a traitor, she meowed, with all the ice of Leafbear in her voice, then he's just the same as the rest of you. The clan is full of traitors, so one more won't make a difference. You should have let... Oh, yeah. Okay, so that, I was like, damn, holy chill. But then, listen. So she said, you should have let Mistyfoot and Stonefur kill me. She spat, better a quick death at the claws of noble warriors than a life dragged out in a clan I can't trust. A clan doomed to destruction by Starclan. And then, so she's gone over all of this. She's like, yeah, he can join. Also, I wish that my children were here. I wish that my children could have ended my miserable life. You all suck. I hate Starclan, all this. And then Fireheart, hearing all that goes, oh, okay, but Greystripe can come back? Like, totally ignores everything else and just hyper focuses on, like, no, my bro he can come home? Didn't hear us anything else. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so now hard skip forward to page 271. Is that 271? Oh, I think I meant 217. I just wrote it wrong. I was like, how did I miss that much? But okay, so this is a little bit of a trigger warning for the dog scene. So I'll give you a moment here while I talk about, oh, oops, away. So I was thinking about it. I guess it's not that big of a trigger warning, but, like, so he comes up to Swiftpaw and he's talking about it. You gotta think, up until this point, Swiftpaw's death would have had to have been, like, the most brutal and gruesome. Because, like, they talk about how, like, obviously he's been, you know, but to be, like, ripped apart by a pack of, like, giant guard dogs, and, like, being a little cat, and the fact that he talked about him being, like, slaughtered like prey. Like, could you imagine, like, how, I don't know, I just read it, I'm like, oh god, that would have been, like, not, obviously not pleasant, but there's just something about it where I'm like, oh, that is actually a lot darker than I think I originally had thought. And, like, you see, like, in animations and stuff, which is so, like, you know, you don't want to go crazy, but, like, you see in animations of him just, like, kind of lying on his side, but if he's, like, being ripped apart by dogs, like, oh god, like, that would be just horrifying. But then, so Fireheart sees Swiftpaw, and he's like, oh, he sees that he dies, and the first thing, well, first of all, he goes, oh, Starclan, what happened? And then, like, first thing after that, he says, what a waste. I'm like, what? Dude! It's like, what a waste. Bluestar should have made him a warrior. It's like, a waste? Like, well, I guess he could have meant, like, a waste. No, I just took it as, like he could have go, like, oh my god, poor guy, like, anything, but it just, to me, was like, oh, what a waste of all that training. He could have been a warrior. What a waste, like, all the time wasted. I don't know, maybe I'm misreading it, but there's just something here. Let me read the actual quote. 271, or 217, I mean, 217. I need to read the actual quote, because now I'm afraid that I've misread it. Oh, maybe, because I guess maybe it's, like, a different way of saying, like, what a shame. What a waste, Fireheart murmured sadly. If only Bluestar had made him a warrior. If only I'd let him fight instead of sending him. he was interrupted by a screech from Cloudtail. Fireheart, Fireheart, Brighttail isn't dead. Oh, shit. Okay, so, let's see what else. Oh. Oh, yeah, so, okay, so Cloudtail is, like, leaning over Brightheart, and he's like, please, like, you'll be okay, like, pull through this, like, it's okay. And she's, like, not doing well. And then Fireheart looks at him, and he's like, oh, you know, that's so sad. He might have to go through what me and Spottedleaf went through. I'm like, what? First of all, why are you taking it like that? I need the actual quote here. Cloudtail curled himself close to the motionless apprentice and began licking her face with the fur around her ears. Don't die, Brightheart, he begged. I'm with you now. Cinderpelt's coming. Hold on just a bit longer. Fireheart had never heard him sound so distraught. He hoped the white cat would not have to suffer the pain he felt when Spottedleaf died. Why? Why? How did Spottedleaf get back in here again? Dude, stop. Okay, what else we got? Also, okay. Now we're kind of skipping faster because I'm coming up to the 2 hour point. Paige, let me have a little sip here. He needs to stop about Spottedleaf. That's what I'm saying. He like brings him up every 5 minutes. Oh, Moon. The Rottweilers and or Dobermans are treated like force of nature, but the fact that Tigerclaw literally trained them to eat cats is convoluted in a funny way. Although the murder of Brindleface in particular, it's probably the sickest thing he does, like actually disgusting. That is, I have written like, yes, dude, Moon, we're on the same vibe, because on my page, I like put a big star, we'll get to it in a second, but of like, that is probably the most evil thing that he has done and does, like going forward. Like that is so effed up. Like just in general, like, actually we'll talk about it now since we're here, but like the fact that he sees totally innocent, Brindleface has done nothing to him. Like she is literally just a, like the same, like just nothing. I don't want to say nothing, but to, like he grew up with this person, all this stuff, and he's like like, I want them to know what it is like for them to. I can't. Yeah, that is. It's so messed up that he literally sees this cat, this person, as nothing more than just like, I don't know. It's probably one of the most disgusting thing he does, in the sense of, and I want to say I like it, now pause. I like it to show how much of like a sick like person he is, or sick cat that he is, that he would like who thinks of that? That is so, I don't want to say evil, because like evil feels like not strong enough almost, but it's so like terrifying that that's where his mind would go. Like he's like so hell-bent on revenge, he's so wanting to do this, that not only will he essentially take this big danger, step by step put a trail of candies to the place to be like, oh, here, go destroy the camp, but he's like, I want you to be so committed to it that like, I don't know, it's just messed up. And it's like he doesn't see her as a person at all. I mean cat, but you know what I mean. But yeah, oh, it feels like gendered violence too because of who Brindleface is. Moon, tell me more. I didn't even clock that. Cause I mean, who else? Like, and do they ever say why it was Brindleface, or was it just like happenstance, or they never really went into it? Because she is like, and she is so important to like so many characters, because Cloudtail sees her, and at first, like they come back, we're doing a hard skip forward, that's fine. They go forward, and Cloudtail is the first one who sees her. So he goes running up, and he's like, oh my god, no! And he's standing over this body, and it goes, Cloudtail standing over the body of the ginger cat, blah, 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 blah. And you, like, let me read the actual quote. It is, like, really right here, and I'm choosing to not, and it makes it so much less powerful. Let me find it. I know it's the end of a chapter. Which one? Let's see. Hold on. It's like further in, I think. Oh. Apologies, hold on. Oh, I don't know. It is. Oh, I think I've almost found it. Sorry, gang. Hear my book. Okay. Anyways, I'll find it when I get to it. But, He grew up with her around and kills her as food. Like, yeah, like that. He just doesn't see her as a person. She's a queen. We never really see her as a warrior in the series before she's killed. She's the most feminine, oh my god, I'm struggling, feminine woman in the series, and she's killed like that. That is, you know what? That is such a good point. And I guess, I don't know, like, to me, and this maybe says more about me than anything, but to me, I saw her as, like, just somebody who, like, not that wouldn't fight back, but is just, like, now I'm sounding terrible, but like a non-threat, because she just seems so loving and so motherly and stuff like that. But like, dude, that is so, yeah. And it's just somebody who maybe even would have seen Tiger Claw Star and like, I don't know, now I'm just making up stuff, but like, what if she was like, oh, like, you know, she would maybe trust him a little bit, but maybe not. But like, if she's grown up with him, dude, that is such a, like, that adds such a, like, a layer to that I don't love at all. Like, not in the sense of like, it's fascinating, but I'm like, ooh, I would have never, I don't think, ooh, that makes it so dastardly even more. Tiger Claw, like, I don't know, it just seems so evil, which is, I feel like not saying strong enough. Okay, can we have a huge angry me slamming my fists on the walls in anger? I hate the fact that Fireheart gave Tawny Paw to Brackenfur. Now let me say it. So Fireheart's whole thing is like, Cloudtail just became a warrior. And Tiger Claw's kits, Bramblekit and Tawnykit, are ready to be apprentices. So he goes to Bluestar and he's like, hey, sorry, hiccup, holding one. Okay, sorry, I was struggling to get out there. So the two kits, and he's like, I will take Paw. I'll take Bramble Paw, because he said, he's like, oh, I gotta keep my eye on him, I gotta make sure he's loyal to ThunderClan, but also he wants to keep his eye on him. He's like being not subtle at all, but he's just like, oh yeah. But then he's like, okay, well, and he's talking to Greystripe, and I love Greystripe for this, by the way. He's talking to Greystripe and he's like, well, who should take Tawny Paw? And Greystripe's like, well, the answer's obvious. And he's like, who? And he goes, it should be Sandstorm. And then he's like, and then Fireheart goes like, oh yeah, I guess of the only four of us who are all apprentices together, Sandstorm's the only one. Hi, yo, hi, go. Sandstorm's the only one who's never had an apprentice. And then Fireheart hesitates. He's like, oh, no, I do not want that. And his thing is like, okay, hold on, I got the actual page 238. Okay. Oh, here we are. Oh yeah, and Greystripe just called him right out. It's like, I'll ask Bluestar if I can mentor Bramblekit myself. Who do you think would? Is it mentor or mentor? I think I say mentor all the time. I think it's mentor. Is that Iggy? No, it's Gob. No, it's Gob. She was sleepy. When she came to visit. Oh, the weather's changing, so she's not feeling super great. She's stiff and it's rainy and she's just not a happy old girl. But that's okay. She's awake now. Austin's with her. Hi. Yeah, talk about you. Okay, you'll mentor Bramblekit. Greystripe stared at him. Is that a good idea? Why shouldn't I? Fireheart asked, feeling his fur start to prickle. I have an apprentice. I haven't, I think that's just a very British way of phrasing that. I haven't an apprentice now that Cloudtail's been made a warrior. But you don't like Bramblekit, retorted Greystripe. I don't blame you. Which I'm like, well, damn. But wouldn't he be better off with a mentor who trusts him? I'm like, whoa, got him. That's so real. That is so real. Oh, Warrior Cats fan 2009. I have to go. Oh, take care, Warrior Cats fan, buddy. You have a good one. Oh, yes, Kate. Ashpaw and Fernpaw were so devastated, and it seems so raw and vulnerable. That is so real, and they're so pissed. And I love that they're like, we want to help fight, or like, we want to help run from the dogs. And Fireheart's like, I don't think so. Like, you're children, and like, that is very scary. And then White Storm pops in, and he's like, no, let the kids fight. They're so pissed. They'll be reckless. Let them. And he's like, okay, sounds good to me, actually. Perfect. Moon says Frostfur goes back to being a warrior more quickly. She has less overall she has less of her as a person. Hold on, I can't read. Less of her as an overall person, though. I always remember that line where Fireheart is thinking about the cats going into battle the next book. He lumps Frostfur in with the other she-cat and said something like, whoa, Yeah, those two are tough she cats, no individual thoughts about women. It really gives you a good picture on how little the queens are characterized. So that, yes, 100%. And also, I feel like the elders too. He does that very similarly too. But like at the same time, like it's a different like group entirely. So it's like, yeah, man. And it's always shown, me back on my soapbox, it's always shown how fierce and how like intensely like strong, but like when something's happening, the queens are always noted to be like fighting like hard, like the hardest at the nursery, and to sit like to protect the kids. It is always said that they're fighting like they often say like with the power of Starclan, blah blah blah, but they're like, and it's just like, bro, like dude, you're, yeah, man, I'm with you. Okay, so yes, so my anger about Tawny Paw being given to Fur. Where are we? Go back. Oh yeah, who do you think will be good for Tawnykit? Greystripe paused as if he wanted to go on arguing, then shrugged. I'm surprised you have to ask. There's an obvious choice. When Fireheart didn't speak, he added Sandstorm, you mousebrain. And then he's talking. He's like, yeah, she's the only one without an apprentice. He's thinking. Swallowing the vole, he meowed, I more or less promised Snowkit to Brackenfur. It's only fair I should ask Bluestar if he can mentor Tawnykit, seeing as he was disappointed so recently. Besides, he's a fine warrior and he'll do a good job. I'm like, bro, okay. Yet something made him reluctant to give Tawnykit to her. And then it's like, Greystripe's eyes glowed briefly with pride. Brackenfur had been his apprentice, and he was clearly delighted to hear how well the young warrior was doing. Then he twitched his ears disbelievingly. Come on, Fireheart, that's not the real reason, and you know it. What do you mean? And then it's Greystripe again. You don't want to give Tawnykit to Sandstorm because you're afraid of what Tigerstar will do. You want to protect her. Fireheart didn't speak. And what's wrong with that? He demanded, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's like, yeah, so I get it, but also that feels like such a flimsy thing. And he's like, and also, if you want to protect Sandstorm, why would you give it to Brackenfur? Like, I get that, like, you have a crush on Sandstorm, but I just hate it. And I hate how just, he's like instantly like, no, she doesn't, no. Like, she can't handle it. She's not strong enough. And if any, I don't want to put her through that. So I will put this younger child through it. He's not a child. But I hate the fact that he's like, I have a crush on her, so I have to protect her. Like, would he have said that for Mousefur? Probably not. Would he have said that for Dustpelt? Probably not. Or like, would he have, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, just because you have a crush on her, like, I don't know. I just hate it. I hate it. Literally, only happening to keep Sandstorm being qualified for a deputy. You know what, Moon, though, you're right, because I remember that was a point in the next book. Well, I'll have to, okay, I gotta bring it up, but I got it, because I'm pretty sure when he's thinking about a deputy, he goes, well, I can't pick Sandstorm because she's never had an apprentice. You're so right. But even, like, all of that, like, and you know what, and she's pissed, and rightfully so. And you know what, even Greystripe's like, that's a bad call, bro, because after that, he's like, because he says, but what will Sandstorm think? She's not some pretty little kitty pet hiding behind big, strong warriors. She can take care of herself. Fireheart shrugged uncomfortably. Sandstorm will just have to accept the decision. I'm sure Bluestar will agree to have Brackenfur take Tawny Paw, Kit, whoever. You're the deputy, said Greystripe, but Sandstorm isn't gonna like it, he predicted. And then, so he goes and talks to everybody. And he's like, yep, Bluestar, everything's going good. It's about to be the apprentice ceremony. And Sandstorm comes up. And she's pissed, and she goes, what is it that Greystripe has just told me? So Greystripe, love him for this. Honestly, I really do. Because, like, he is like, yeah, you're making a bad call, dude. And, like, I'm not keeping that from Sandstorm because and he goes, yeah, like, this is what's happening. I'm sure he would have delivered it in a friend way to Fireheart, but, like, I love that he still told her. And he's like, yeah, this is Firestar's choice. Like, he's made this decision. And I just, like, oh, God, I just hate it. And, you know, she's so mad at him, and he's so in disbelief. He's like, why is she so mad? I don't get it. Oh, and then Fireheart said, oh yeah, and then he makes up this flimsy lie where he says, oh, okay, so Sandstorm says, then what? Give me one good reason why I shouldn't mentor Tawnykit. Because Fireheart cast around desperately for something he could tell her. Because I want you to lead extra hunting patrols. You're a brilliant hunter, Sandstorm. The best. And with Leaf Bear here, prey will be having a hard time. We're really going to need you. Anyways, as he spoke, he realized that what he had said was true. Extra hunting patrols led by Sandstorm would be one way to solve the problem of feeding the clan. But then Sandstorm's like, ding dong, no, more Greystripe traitor behavior. I love that he did it though. Stand up, bro. Stand up for Sandstorm. You're just making excuses, she meowed scornfully. True. There's no reason why I shouldn't lead hunting patrols and mentor Tawnykit. She's bright and fast, and I bet she turns out to be a brilliant hunter too. And then, I'm sorry, Fireheart mewed. I've already asked Brackenfur to take Tawnykit. I'll ask Bluestar to give you one of Willowpelt's kits when the worst of Leaf Bear's over, okay? No, it's not okay, Sandstorm hissed. Girl, good. Because it's not. Words are hard. They truly are. I never learned how to read. I'm just guessing every time. Yeah, but he's just so mad. Okay, what else happens? Which I'm like, she got over it a little too quick. I'm like, well, not got over it, but... And I don't know. I guess she... No, anyways, we'll not beat a dead horse here. Oh yeah, Tigerstar wanting his... Oh yeah, he's trying to get his kits out of ShadowClan so he could eat... Or so the dogs could eat the clan. Weee. Let's see. Also, this isn't in the reread. I never really noticed before how much the elders love Cloudtail and how much, like, how close they are. So, when Cloudpaw was young, like very young, it often would say that he was in the elders' den, like listening to stories, and like the elders would always stick up for him, and they were just bros. And then even in this, what's my page 268? I'm saying 268. Where are we? 268. Oh yeah, so Sandstorm wants Cloudtail to go hunting, and then Fireheart comes up to him and he's like, yeah, Sandstorm wants you. He's like, why didn't you tell me? I have to go, she's gonna be so mad. And he ran. Mousebrain muttered Speckletail, but Fireheart suspected she was as fond of the young warriors as the elders, as all the other elders. I'm like, oh, I just love that relationship. She's right. I need to protect you, Sandstorm. Meanwhile, Sandstorm is portrayed as way more competent than he is in every way, says Moon. But legitimately true. And it's just like, it feels like such a, like, I get that you're scared of Tiger Claw. I understand that, Tigerstar. Validly so, you're afraid. But it's like, what does he think that just sticks in my freaking, every time I reread these, I get so mad. I'm like, you are such a jerk. May I even say, a-hole. Oh yeah, okay, so page 269. Listen to this. So Longtail comes up to Fireheart. 269. Get to it. He comes up to Fireheart and he's like, I have to tell you something. And Fireheart's instantly like, you are the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so where are we? Longtail shuddered. Fireheart, there's something I have to tell you. What's the problem? As he drew closer, Fireheart caught an unexpected scent on Longtail's fur, the stench of the Thunderpath. The acrid scent was unmistakable, and Fireheart's alarm turned to suspicion. Where have you been? He growled. To ShadowClan, maybe? To see Tigerstar? Don't try and deny it. Your fur stinks of the Thunderpath. And then, blah, blah, blah. Longtail's like, bro, no, you have to listen. And then Fireheart's like, he's like, just mad. He's like, no, I don't believe you. And then he's like, why were you at Snake Rocks? And then Longtail's like, I've scented Tigerstar there. And then Fireheart loses his mind. He goes, and you didn't report it? A cat from another clan on our territory? A murderer and a traitor? What's more? And you didn't report it? I thought, stammered Longtail. I know what you thought, Fireheart snarled. You thought, this is Tigerstar. He can do what he likes. Don't lie to me. You and Darkstripe were his allies when he was in ThunderClan, and you're still his allies now. It was you or Darkstripe that told him about Swiftpaw and Lost Face. Don't try and deny it. Like, just goes, chill, dude. And he's like, no. And like, this whole time, Longtail's like, no, like, no, dude, you have this backwards. And he's just like, no, don't try and deny it. It was Darkstripe. Longtail scuffled the dirt with his paws. So that traitor could accuse... Okay, so he just goes on. He, like, ignores what Longtail says. This is Fireheart. So that traitor could accuse Bluestar of negligence in front of the entire gathering. So you could help him steal a couple of apprentices from this clan. That's it, isn't it? You're plotting with Tigerstar to steal his kits. No, you've got it wrong, mewed Longtail. You don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. Darkstripe and Tigerstar often meet together by the border of Thunderpath. But they don't tell me what it's about. Blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, you need to come to Snake Rocks to see what I found. And then Fireheart's like, oh my god, he set a trap. Fireheart stared at him. You want me to come with you to Snake Rocks, where you have admitted that you've sent a Tigerstar? Do you think I'm quite mad? But Fireheart, silence, Fireheart hissed. You and Darkstripe are always Tigerstar's allies. Why should I trust what you say now? As he's proven over and over again, and even him himself, but I get there's a lot going on, so he's like whipped up, but still, dude, like it's just like so unreasonable. And then Cinderpelt, which I'm glad they instantly like go, okay, no, that's not cool, because Cinderpelt, sorry, is like, what's up? Why are you so spicy? What's going on? And then he tells her everything, and she's like, oh my god, bro, like chill. And then she literally just straight up tells him. And then she's like, dismay spread over her face, and when she spoke her words, they were not what Fireheart had expected. Fireheart, do you have any idea how much you sound like Bluestar? Fireheart opened his mouth to reply, but could not. What did Cinderpelt mean? What do you mean, Fireheart? What did Cinderpelt mean? She just told you. Okay, to be fair, Longtail probably should have said something about Darkstripe and Tigerheart meeting, Tigerclaw or Star. Oh my god, so many names earlier. Oh, but yeah, I guess, yeah, no, but still, how much did he, hold on, I gotta reread, but how much did he know? Because, like, he knew enough, and I guess if he did, like, he's being very open about all of it, but yeah, I guess why wouldn't he have told him up until then? Fireheart did catch, Darkstripe and Tigerclaw, jeepers, Tigerstar meeting. He caught them once? Was it twice? Well, he caught him once when he'd first gone to meet his kids, and he was like, he saw Darkstripe, and he's like, why are you so far away? And then the second time, I guess, probably hasn't happened yet, when they were slipping away, to, what were they doing? Oh, when the dogs attacked, they were slipping away so he could take them back to ShadowClan to be safe. Ah, yeah. God. But yeah, I guess Longtail is now saying that they've been meeting more. That's true. No, so he's still a little sussy, but still, like, Fireheart all but jumped down his throat. Oh my god. And then, okay, so he's going off and off. Cinderpelt's like, bro, chill. But then Longtail, like, I love this, that we see that Longtail is still, like, so concerned for his clan, and so, maybe I'm a Longtail apologist. He's so concerned for his clan, and he's like, no, this has to, so he goes to Whitestorm, and we, like, come in, and he's, like, begging Whitestorm, like, you have to listen to me, like, somebody has to know. Then, yeah, so, and then we get that all sorted out, and then Fireheart, ooh, he drops I love you, ooh, kiss Smoochie, on page 277, he says, I love you to Fire, he probably does say I love you to Fireheart, looks in his reflection, and he's like, oh, I love you, Fireheart, he's like, thank you, I love you too, Fireheart. Oh, so this is when they're kind of making up about the whole Tawnykit thing, let's see. But and notice they make up with this when he's finally truthful with her, because, like, well, I guess not actually, he's not truthful with that. Never mind, scratch that. Okay, why is he needing her? Where are they going? I don't know. In any case, oh yeah, so she's like, you're the deputy, you have responsibilities, the rest of us can't understand, and I understand how torn you must have felt between loyalty to Blue. Oh, they're making up for going to WindClan is what it is, not Tawnykit. Tawnypaw, who are you? I'm sorry, Sandstorm, he murmured. I never meant to hurt you. Oh, because I was torn too. I wanted to be loyal to the ThunderClan. Nope, to the Warrior Code, and I wanted to be loyal to you, Fireheart. Oh yeah, here it is. I'm sorry, Sandstorm, he murmured. I never meant to hurt you. His voice barely more than a whisper. He added, I love you. Ooh, everybody cuties. Ew. Sandstorm's eyes glowed. I love you too, Fireheart. Just kidding. She whispered, that's why it hurt so much when you asked Bluestar if Brackenfur could mentor Tawnypaw. I thought you didn't respect me. Girl, I see why you would come to that conclusion. I would be pissed too. I made a mistake. No, you Fireheart. I feel like if he could do it all again, he'd still do it the exact same way. I made a mistake, Fireheart voice shook. I don't know how I could have been so mouse-brained. I don't think he believes that. I think he truly, like, maybe, but to me, it's just like, he doesn't really go, I don't know. He doesn't justify it, though, but I just think that he would be like, yeah, but, actually. Okay, what else we have? Okay, so this is the rabbit trail. So now we're getting to the juicy part. So the rabbit trail. I can't read my quotes out because I've used some choice language about it, but it is so, how it all comes together and how they slowly piece Tigerstar's plan together, like little by little. He's like, okay, like we saw him with a rabbit, now there's dogs here, and we've seen this other rabbit over here, and like, what does this all mean? And then they're like piecing it together of like, oh, if we look at each rabbit, like it's leading directly to the camp, and like the slow realization and the horror of like what is happening. He's literally leading like a man-eating monster to a group of like human beings. If it was like, it's essentially like he's wanting I'm explaining things that don't need to be explained, but like just the slow clicking of how dark this plan actually is done really well. And then the pivotal, or the like big moment where they see at the end of the path, or the end of the trail, Brindleface. And it is a mislead because page 287 here, that's what I was talking about. 287. I didn't think it was this far in the book, but that's great. So Fireheart, okay, yeah, so Cloudtail's the one who sees that there's a body at the end of this trail. Why Fireheart? Cloudtail wailed. Why her? His eyes were fixed on the limp heap of tabby fur huddled at his paws. Oh wait, maybe Brightheart wasn't a tabby. I thought she was, but maybe not. Because when I was like, thinking about this, I'm like, I knew it was Brindleface because I've read this before, but I'm like, oh, like they're kind of trying to, I thought maybe they were trying to imply that it was Brightheart, because they don't say it's Brindleface until literally the last word. Why Fireheart? Cloudtail wailed. Why her? Fireheart knew, but rage and grief made it hard to speak. Because Tigerstar wants the pack to get a taste for cat blood, he rasped. The dead cat lying in front of them was Brindleface. There was no trivia, actually, Kate. You're right. I was so focused on being mad. I had no trivia on this one. I'll try to remember to do more next time. But yeah, that whole oof. Oh yeah, and this is where White Storm, Fernpaw and Ashpaw are like, please, we want to avenge our mother, and Fireheart's like, that's not a good idea. And White Storm's like, no, let them run. Their fear or their anger will make them fast. They're like, okay, heck yeah. Put on your racing stripes, boys. Oh man, dude, and the vibes of when they're putting together this plot of like how they're gonna solve these dogs, and how they're going to put like it all together, and all the cats being gone, and them like what I picture is like them standing in a fairly like empty zone, and like it's just like anything can happen. You can jump out of the thing at any moment, and they're just like hastily planning it. And he's like, okay, like, this could, like, if one of us fails, like, we're boned. Like, we're so, I don't know, just the intensity of it is, oh, God, I just love it. The last of this book, the ending of this book and the last book were so good. I'm like, oh, biting my nails. But they shove it all in such a small amount of time. I wish we would have gotten more. But I guess that makes it more intense. Okay. So this is very, well, I was going to say, oh, no, Brindleface. Oh yeah, pretty sad. Brindle freaking face, man. Oh. But I thought they were kind of trying to reference it was Brightheart, but what are we doing here now? Oh god. Okay, so fast forward. The plan is in motion. Fernpaw and Ashpaw run to, I think it's Sandstorm. They run up the tree. The dogs start chasing Sandstorm. Sandstorm runs to Mousefur, I think. Anyways, they're going down the line. Greystripe is the last until Fireheart. So Greystripe runs, and he runs to Fireheart, and he jumps up the tree, and so Fireheart now has to take him the last way to over the gorge. Running. He's almost there. He's like, yes, this plan is working. We're doing great. We're doing fantastic. Just for him to be bowled over by Tigerclaw and pinned so that the dogs can get him. Oh my god. Tigerclaw, very last second star, jumps away, and the dogs catch Fireheart. And it's like, oh, he's done. Like, they have him in his jaws. He's like saying how the forest is spinning around him. He's like, this is how it ends. Like, not only me, but the entire clan, because like, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, oh, Starclan, like, help me. And in that moment, who arrives? Then Bluestar herself. What an incredible way that they've done this. I'm just loving it. Here, let me read this to you. It's so good. Okay. Starclan, help me. No, let's go back a little bit. He twisted in the air, struggling to claw eyes, jowls, tongue, but his lashing paws meant nothing. The forest spun about him. He was aware of more barking, and the stink of dogs was everywhere. Starclan, help me. That was so, like, not scary at all. Fireheart let out a yowl of terror and despair. This was not just his death, but the end of his whole clan. His plan had failed. Starclan, where are you? Suddenly a yowl sounded close by. Fireheart was flung to the ground, the breath driven out of his body. The grip on his neck had loosened and was gone. Dazed, he looked up to see a blue-gray shape ramming into the side of the dog. Bluestar! And it's just like, da-da-da-da-da! And she just arrives, and it's like, oh god, just like, and I'm sitting there with goosebumps. I'm like, I've read this so many times, so it's still good every time. Ooh, it's just so good. And then she just clicks in, jumps over the thing. Anyways, blah, 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 blah. You need to read this scene, I promise. I'm sure you have, but something in my throat. Oh my god. But, oh man, it gets me every time. And then her, as she's like, you know, her kits come and she's like, oh, I just wanted you guys to, like, you know, and then they forgive her and everything. And she's like dying. And she's like, you know, when I saw that you guys were all working together and like the clan you weren't traitors, you just wanted to save each other, and like you were all to the dogs. And she's like, yeah, and I saw you guys all working as a team, and that's in that moment I realized that Starclan never abandoned us. We're Starclan, blah blah. God, Bluestar, come on, what a fantastic way for her to go, dude. I think they nailed that, really do. And like, you know, I was like, oh, maybe they're just trying to like write her off so that Fireheart could be leader, which I'm sure that's part of it, but man, did it feel good. No, okay, not good, but man, did it feel like, I don't want to say deserved, I don't want to say justified, I want to say like a payoff. Like all of that and her death felt so meaningful. She didn't just die. She, you know, oh, it's just like this full, greatest death in the series says non-existent. You know what? I agree that it is very, like, one of the best. I can't think of another one, but just, and everything and the emotions with it, and her just like at the end, like, just, they talk about how, so Mistyfoot and Stonefur save them. They pull Bluestar out of the water of the gorge, and then they're laying on the bank, and she's like dying because she's very weak, and she's dying, and she's like, I'm sorry, like I shouldn't have given you to RiverClan, I regret it, like blah blah blah. And you can tell, and she's like, I'm your mother, blah blah blah. And you can tell that Stonefur and Mistyfoot are still not like, they're still a little weirded out, but that feels real. Like I feel they're not like, oh mom, we love you, blah blah. They're like, oh yeah, like, you know, we forgive you, like, because she's like, I just want you guys to forgive me. And then Mistyfoot like bends down and she like grooms her, and she's like, you know what, we forgive you. And then Stonefur replies, we forgive you. And it was just like, but it's not like this huge like mushy gushy, like, you know, and then it makes a note of that she can't say anymore. She's just purring so hard because like her kids are with her. I'm like, Erin Hunter, why are you doing this to me? And then, oh yeah, dude. And then her saying how it was loyal, and then her dropping the whole thing. Oh my god. Her being like, Fireheart, you are fire alone that can save our clan. You didn't even realize when I gave you your warrior name. Like, it's been you all along. And my man is just dumbfounded. He's like, what? Me? What? And it's like, bro, how he's just like so just like caught off guard. I'm like, okay, Fireheart, I love you so much. You're trying your very best, and that's what we ask for. And yeah. And then they go home. Oh, this freaking book, man. Sorry, TikTok. I've been so neglectful. I apologize. Oh, yes. So that was this book. It was so good. Honestly, I gotta say, I don't know if I like it better than the other. I might like it better than the other books. So many iconic things happen in this one. Like, I guess here, what are all the iconic things? We get Tawnypaw and Bramblepaw. We get Cloudtail's whole thing. We get the dog attack. We get Tigerstar's whole, like, leadership thing. Stopping the fight with WindClan. Obviously, like, the whole, like, Bluestar thing. Like, it was just so, like, this book was, like, jam-packed. It is one of, you know, it's one of the, this one and the last one I really like. Obviously, I like the first one, but that one's also, like, because of nostalgia and everything. But, man, this freaking book, says Mr. Baldea. Hold on. Ballada? I'm fighting for my life here. I agree, this freaking book, dude. It's just the emotions. I forgot I had more. This is me reading Bluestar's death, but pretend I'm my frowny face. Oh, yo. But yeah, so I'm sad. But what a good book. Yeah, I don't think I have anything more. I'm just sad. But this was a dangerous path that, oh my god, 2 hours 17 minutes. Okay, I gotta hurry along here. The next book is the final one of Arcs 1, which is The Darkest Hour. That'll be this time next week, next Saturday. And then the week after that, I'm taking a week break in between. So we'll do 6 and then a break and then 6 and a break between each arc. So I'm going to a wedding. So I won't be here on, not next Saturday, I'll be here, but the Saturday after that. But yes. But yeah, that's that. Guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you, TikTok, for hanging out too. I'm sorry that you've kind of been on the side. Oh, bless you. Oh my god, hold on one moment. Austin, don't die. Oh, poor Austin. See, he got so choked up. He's like, Bluestar. And he just couldn't hold it anymore. It's okay, Austin. It's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, TikTok, I apologize. But I kind of... Oh, I'm crying still. I kind of want to maybe do some drawing later today. So maybe I'll hop back on live on TikTok later this afternoon or this evening and do some drawing. Who knows? Moon says goodbye for... Moon, no, please. Moon. You're the light of my life. Don't go bye forever. But... freaking book, man. Everybody pour one out for Bluestar. But yes, okay, so I will be here next week, same time, same place, probably on TikTok Live at some point. But yeah,